season of Overtime Champions. Yes, we are finally.
Are you gonna drag me into the custom?
Hello, LFGS. Let me know what you do.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Depends on everybody's time scale. Welcome back to Looking for Gold Scrims. We are the finals, am I correct?
Grand finals, yes.
The grand finals. Gosh, it only seems like yesterday all these teams were coming out, starting off their journey, and now we're here. Prune Juice Predators versus DAWGS. This is going to be one heck of a fight, I could tell. And tonight I have the absolutely amazing Voss with me. I also have... Thank you. We also have the incredible Cajun on doing the... basically everything that you see on screen. And we also have the incredible Mighty Owl doing the production. And with the...
Well, I'm just hosting lobby, but Cajun's doing the hard
hosting
lifting.
lobby. Yeah, the hosting the lobby. And is it PSI that's actually doing the
PSI
moderating? So you, everyone, behave yourselves. But yes, this is going to be one heck of a fight between these two teams. Two incredible teams, in fact. I am looking so forward to this. How about you, Voss?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. I think this is going to be rough for both teams. We're going to see some maybe some things we haven't seen from either side, and on top of that too, how about we do a bit of a recap, going over these last 12 weeks. We started with how many teams was it? 18 teams.
18, yes.
18.
Yes.
Yeah,
18
we started
teams.
with 18 teams. Then, unfortunately, 2 had to drop out mid-tournament. Crimson Marines and UKN Aurora, moving it then down to 16 teams. And quickly, you know, they played their matches, did their best. And come week 7, the playoffs were there. And shout out to all those teams that were very close to playoffs. Teams like Surge, McPengu, Freakwatch Sigma, all those lovely teams out there that were very close, but unfortunately just lost out.
Yeah, but don't worry, I reckon we'll be seeing them all again next season, hopefully. And yeah, they'll be giving us even more better matches. Hopefully.
And in the playoffs so far, we started off a bit rough. We had for week 1 Prune Juice Predators versus AC Ruse, Calipoli White versus Imperium, and then DAWGS versus Athena, Pew Pew Plunderers versus Odyssey Scylla. Then we had some very entertaining matches coming from those, but unfortunately we did have to see 2 teams go home. AC Ruse very quickly dropped down to the lower bracket, and we continued on. Going into week 2, we had Prune Juice Predators versus AC Ruse, Calipoli White versus Imperium, where Prune Juice Predators... sorry, no, that's week 1. Week 2, we had Odyssey Scylla versus AC Ruse, where Odyssey Scylla came out on top. And we had a very unfortunate forfeit from Calipoli White versus the DAWGS, who we see now in the finals. Week 3, we had DAWGS versus Odyssey Scylla, where DAWGS came out on top undisputedly with a 3-0, followed by Prune Juice Predators versus Imperium, Prune Juice Predators winning 3-1. Then last week's match, we had DAWGS versus Imperium, which was another 3-1 in DAWGS' favor. And here we are now, in this last week of this amazing tournament.
Wow. I am really impressed with you, Voss. Really impressed with that. Come on, guys. Let's give him a round of applause for that. That was absolutely freaking amazing. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really impressed with that. But yes, some of them matches, I got the absolute pleasure of getting to call, and yeah, I don't even know what to say about these two teams. Prune Juice Predators and DAWGS, two absolutely top tier teams, and I know I keep saying this every single time that I cast, but I want this to go all the way. If I remember correctly, we're going to it's the best of 4, if I remember correctly.
It's first to 4, right? I think.
Best of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the best of 4. So the first team to get 4 wins. So this could actually go all the way to a 7 mapper, and we might even be lucky and even get an 8.
Well,
what do you think?
I'm hoping for 8. I think 8 would be an amazing send-off, and we really see the depth of all these players today. So, with the DAWGS, they came in very, very, very slept on. Not sure where they really were in the pecking order throughout the whole tournament, and they also just did not get much screen time throughout the main season. But then they come into playoffs, and I think they surprised all of us with how strong they really are. But I'm really glad that these teams have been able to show off their depth, and DAWGS also has been able to get the spotlight. And on top of that, I don't know where Bleed Green came from, but this man is able to move mountains, bend water. He has brought DAWGS to this level.
And from the looks of it, we have both teams in. For Prune Juice Predators, we have Mangu, Taylor, Element, Cowbird. That's a cool name. And Failman. And for DAWGS, I'll let you do the DAWGS one.
Sure.
We're going to enter in Esperanza.
For DAWGS, we have Simon, Lactose, Bleed Green, Javin, and Jinri.
So we're off to Esperanza.
And the bands are Reaper and Diva.
Ooh.
So
what sort of comps do you think we're going to have?
Well, we may see the Malga come out. Without having the Diva there, you really only have Sig to counter the Malga. We could also see Roadhog. Roadhog right now has been very power crept up to being probably a top 5 tank in the game currently, with the one shot coming off Hog Hook. And secondly, if you play it right, you can really play a very pokey brawl with Hog, believe it or not. You just slowly push up to them, hook one in, and then you force the rest of the fight. But with that being said, we do see Mangu coming out on Winston, Tyler coming out on Tracer, Element on the Torbjorn, Cowbird on Kiriko, and Failure Man on the Wu Yang. While we are seeing a Winston mirror, but we're seeing some changes here on the DPS and support lineup, with Lactose on the Emery, Bleak Green on the Tracer, Javin on Lucio, and Jinri on Kiri. So 2 sort of different ideas from these teams.
Yep, and it looks like Element won't be coming out on the Torb, on the Doge instead.
Oh, alright. Quick last second swap, I guess?
Yep.
Already, this fight is starting to begin, taking point, and Element gets a kill on Lactose right away. Mango goes to the backline, forces out Suzu, and it looks like we're going for a backman trade that PJT is going to win. Simon gets a kill on Failure Man though, but Element quickly picks up Gemdi, and it's just Simon left to try and get out or die here as quick as possible, and he goes down.
Wow, this bot is already moving, and that just went down so fast to Element. That was so fast. They built up that rail so quickly, and such a beautiful shot.
Henry may be in the game, but don't forget about the Sojourn. And then we have Simon coming on the back line and just getting his bubble absolutely destroyed. Javin forced to come in to protect him. And then they're forcing a choke push here. Both teams trying to hold on, get any sort of advantage they can. Simon jumps on the back line. Bleed Green gets a kill on Failure Man though. Element gets a kill on Bleed Green, confirming that trade-off. Mango goes onto the backline and gets booped off by Winston. Kiri forced out the TP. Someone gets a kill on Element though. Someone goes down to half HP from Tyler and Mango. Oh, Tyler gets a kill on Simon. Now it's just the support lineup, both the support and DPS lineup for DAWGS left in this fight. Are they able to turn it around here, get a lucky pick or two, or are they going to go down and lose a bit more progress? But they're fighting through this cart really aggressively. Lactose goes down to Mango as the Lucio Kiri duo are going into the backline trying to run it down, and now they're forced to try and escape. Jinri is forced to... Oh, Jinri goes down to Calber, getting that kill on the Kiri, and then it's just Simon that goes down. That does get Primal before Mango, but Mango now does have Primal. We may see a Primal trade here.
I am really impressed with Prune Juice Predators on the amount of like space that this Winston is actually taking up, and with the Soj and the Kiri together are really like they're causing such disruption, and it looks like Taylor's in their backline.
Yeah, we've had Simon go into the backline. Javin gets a kill on Calbert with a nice little cheeky melee. And then, oh, hold on, we have a Primal from Simon. Javin gets a kill on Element. Bleed Green gets a kill on Tyler. Simon gets a kill on Failure Man. And it looks like the point's going to be flipped for DAWGS. But with that being said, Prune Juice Predators does have forward spawn here.
Yeah.
And we have seen Failure Man swap off the Wu Yang onto Moira. Oh, we get the Primal coming in from Mango. We're going around trying to get some damage in, trying to get the kill on this Lucio. The Emery ult from Lactose comes out. Oh, and it's a bit of an ult battle. We get full lessons from Moira, but the Javin's beat comes out. And that gets instantly melted by Prune Juice Predators. Tyler in the backline gets Simon, but Javin gets a kill on Tyler. And they're just forced to retreat here as Bleed Green's trying to get active in the backline, trying to get the kill on Calbert, and they do get it. And it's just Failure Man and Mango here trying to get something done, hold point still for as long as possible.
Yeah, the Kiri was trying to get that robot moving, but Element actually had...
on January. Tyler gets a kill on Bleed Green. Element is back in the fight. Mango gets a kill on Javin. Already, DAWGS is down completely in this fight, and it's just Simon left to try and push this point forward.
And it looks like they're actually staggering this Winston out.
What is this? Cowbird depletes a very interesting Kitsune Rush.
That... I've heard of people staggering like Baby Diva, but staggering a Winston?
I mean, if it works, it works. The problem is you're going to face into that mobility rather later than sooner, which I think in a way is a good way.
So low there. And Taylor got a cold.
Down to the Tracer Bomb. And hold on, Simon is low. Yeah, they're all together here. Simon goes down.
They said, to be honest, what they need to do is do a full regroup here. They're staggering out so hard at the moment.
Yeah, they're getting staggered, and secondly, they need to stop. They need to fight something as a team. They're playing very split, but they need to fight something as a team. With Simon going in, it's leaving the backline more exposed because Mango is just the better Winston here, and is able to get these trades off quicker.
But we got to give it up to Prune Juice Predators supports here. They're keeping this Winston up so well, and they're doing such an incredible job.
Oh, for sure. And we have the Kitsune Rush coming out from January.
Yeah.
With a Primal from Mango trying to flip this point even further, trying to confirm a win here.
But it looks like like DAWGS' Winston has gone a little bit too far into the back line. He's all alone. He's had to hit Primal.
Yeah, the Primal comes out from both Winstons. Simon's being a bit later off and is able to actually not really get much other than maybe a bit of time stored. There's 3 minutes left on the clock. We have the Emery beat coming out from Lactose and Javin, forcing Prune Predators to go on a retreat. Javin gets low and is forced to amp himself out of the fight. Simon goes low, maybe dies here, but no! We get the clutch Suzu from Jinri before Element pops OC, kneecaps Simon in the head, gets free with OC.
Wow. Yeah, at the moment, DAWGS just seem to be so separated and so scattered. It's like they're coming out as a free here to try and contest this. What they need to do is try and regroup fully and have them all together.
Yeah,
they need to coordinate their dives a lot better than this.
On Bleed Green though, and Simon gets picked up on the right side of this push. Oh, Jinri gets a massive Suzu on themselves, and it's just Jinri forced to back up and wait for the team.
Yeah. This looks a lot better now that they're regrouping.
Yeah, they're regrouping, able to push Prune Predators back. On the ult economy, we are way up with Carbide and Fallon both having their ults. So we have 2 ults, well 3 ults to none, correction. Simon is probably the closest with 86, followed by Bleed Green with 81. And we're getting aggressive, we have Coalescence coming out, Mango gets a kill on Lactose. And then it's Jinri forced to retreat as the rest of the team is just pushing the cart forward. Simon's about half HP and does have Primal, so we may see that come out this fight.
And from the looks of it, they've actually flipped the map. But by them doing that, they're giving up the space, Prune Juice Predators.
Yeah, but at the same time, is it going to be enough? And the thing is, now they're going to still have forward spawn. It was close, but just not enough to get it over the line. We see a Bastion swap to from Lactose, keeping the which is I think is an interesting choice, but maybe it's to burst that Winston bubble as quick as possible.
Yeah. Well, having this Bastion is going to be able to cause a lot more pressure on the Winston. So and without that bubble, Winston's basically a sitting duck without his jump. So if he jumps in and presses down his bubble, and they pop it,
and Simon goes down here. An aggressive push just went really bad for them. Lactose gets low, and Suzu is forced out from Jinri. Mago gets the melee kill on Lactose.
Yeah, so he'll have about 3-4 seconds until he can jump again.
Oh, and B comes out. It looks like everyone's ulting here. We're just waiting for Mango to use the Primal Rage. Mango gets a kill on Jinri though. That is a massive kill for Prune Juice. Simon's in the background. Oh, Mango gets 2, gets 1 with Primal and goes on Lactose. Lactose gets pushed over the wall and then jumps back over, being chased by this Winston, and Mango gets a kill on Bleed Green. Mango gets a kill on Lactose, and it's just these supports again trying to hold on to do something here. Suzu comes out yet again. Oh, Mango gets a kill on Javin. Bleed Green ult and hits no. Then we have the ult from Bastion. Falman gets a kill on Jinri. It's Simon and Bleed Green just on this point. Bleed Green goes down. Lactose goes down. And it's just this Lucio yet again trying to hold on. Don't forget Simon though. He's not done. But this map is.
Whoa.
Dude,
I'm gonna have to
say Winston did not die if you press tab.
What's this? Mango did not die and actually got 40 eliminations to 0 death. What?
This ends now. Who's next?
That was really good. Holy. Honestly, this is what Prune Predators need to do. They need to force out these pushes because Simon's going in alone. Javin is forced to then get into this bad position. And on top of that, Bleed Green is just not looking like Bleed Green.
Yeah, it's wow. I'm gonna say it. Mango in that looks such the stronger Winston. Is it Salomon? Salomon?
Simon.
Simon?
Simon.
Mhm.
Sorry. He's Winston is good, but there seems to be a bit of a coordination problem between the supports and the DPS with the tank, because he's diving in and he's not getting he's not having anybody help follow up with kills. It seems like he's trying to 1v versus 5 of them, and if you're doing something like that, there's only one way that will go. Oh, so what they need to do is actually regroup up, rethink about a strategy, and then come out as a group and be more coordinated. That's my biggest tip for DAWGS at the moment, and because Prune Juice Predators just seem to be on top every time that Mengu went in, and Element was there, Taylor was there, Cowbird was there, and if it weren't them, it was Falman. They were all really, really in sync, really, really coordinated, and their ult usage was absolutely spot on. Really, really impressed.
So my question is if we know this Winston isn't working, why did we keep trying to force this Winston? Right? We could go Roadhog, we could go Marcher, we could go Reinhardt for the better brawl, and just brawl them out. We could also have seen the Malga, but we didn't really do anything. We kind of just tried again, and to the point of like actual insanity. But with that being said, we are now moving to Li Jiang Tower with a Zarya ban and a Kiri ban.
Yep, so Prune Juice Predators wants to get rid of the Zarya, and DAWGS wants to get rid of the Kiri. So they didn't really like, it was Cowbird, wasn't it, that was on the Kiri?
Yeah, Cowbird on that Kiriko was absolutely a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely spot on Kiri. Cowbird, can I borrow you for my comp games, please? Yeah,
So
they were
ultimately,
playing so well.
yeah, though I will say I'm gonna give a shout out to January. Some of those series were really well timed and really well played, and was able to keep the fight on multiple times. So I think I'm gonna give props to January there, and actually give January that notice that they deserve here.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Susus that they did were really, really good. Just I don't know, just like I said before, I don't think DAWGS were that communicated, and they seem to really, really struggle on that. I wonder if they're going to if there's going to be any swaps. Oh, PK in for
Javin.
is that Jarvan? It's our little bitches. So from the looks of it, they play a lot of Brig.
So maybe they want to run like a Brig comp.
And a Brig, maybe?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we they're gonna run like a Brig / brawl comp. I think that may be good. Then we have.
Yep.
I'm just unsure what comps we can run here.
Yep. So, both teams are ready. We're off to Li Jiang Tower. One of my favourite maps, I'm going to say it.
Because wouldn't we want Lelucio here, like, no matter what? That's my thoughts behind it. So why are we... I know, I'm confused. I am very much confused, ladies and gentlemen of the audience.
To be honest,
But
I would have preferred to keep the Lucio, because this is a really, like, Li Jiang is known for boot kills. Like, there's two all three maps. You can do some really good boops on, and it looks like they're coming out from DAWGS, a Diva, Cass, Genji, Brig, Juno.
Yeah, and for the Prune Juice Predators, we have Mago coming out on the JQ, Tyler coming out on the Reaper, Element, yes to decide, but probably we're going to see Tracer, maybe a Sojourn, Cowbird on that Moira, and Failure Man on the Lucio.
Capture the
Yeah.
objective.
So no TPs out of spawn.
No TPs, they're running it down straight. The idea is Mango would probably be able just to ruin this Diva's day because they don't have a Kiriko to claim that bleed effect. With that being said, Bleed Green is the first one to die in this team fight. Element quickly picked up Lactose and it's forcing a retreat from Prune Juice Predators. From DAWGS. The Prune Juice Predators quickly get the point. Tyler gets a kill on PK Bacon. A large kill for the team fight just to stamp his name on. And also, don't forget the feeder of recent history, Tyler.
This is... It's going to be very, very interesting how DAWGS are going to be able to push this. And oh, they switched to Juno for the Ana. So now we're going to get some Delete Dark soon and some antis, which will be really, really good to applying a lot more pressure.
Yeah, and we have Simon popping off the remark, but Element gets
Bleed Green.
Bleed Green. Simon gets low and dragged in, maybe off the map here soon enough, but no, it's just forced for a retreat, and Tyler gets a kill on Lactose. These dogs don't have much of a dog in them.
Yeah. They seem to be really, really struggling.
Yeah, well, we have Prune Juice Predators, which are able just to hold the pressure up on this bridge. So I don't know why we're keeping this bridge. Element gets two with Deadeye, gets PK Bacon and Simon, then picked up Lactose, managed to kill on Bleed Green, and then Tyler finished Jinri for a team kill.
Wow. First team kill, and once again, and if you have a look at this, we've had two fights so far, and Prune Juice Predators have 0 deaths.
Yeah, that's a hard margin to beat mentally, and I think the mental game we're gonna start seeing here. We say that, but Fairman is the first one to go down, and then followed by Tyler, followed by Element, and then it's just the JQ and Moira left. Ooh,
And
gets a kill.
Simon, it's gone so deep here.
Yeah, that's a really hard push in, and it was honestly a really good flip for DAWGS here, but that's a lot of progress.
And Taylor's taking on Bleed Green on the Reaper here. They're all coming round left side of the point.
Yeah, coming from the right room, we get the shout in from Mango, and there we go. And it's a bit of an old battle. Bleed Green gets to kill on Failure Man, Mango gets to kill on Jinri, Element gets to kill on Simon, Tyler gets to kill PK Bacon, and it's just Bleed Green, Lactose versus Mango and Tyler, and then it's just Bleed Green left. Ooh, and that's an amazing kill on Tyler there. But goes down to Mango nonetheless, and that's gonna flip. Oh no, hold on! Simon's number's been called, and he's back on point, trying to hold this on for the team so they can get back. Simon loses armor really quickly. The Bastion comes in from Lactose, maybe not what they need at the moment, and then Simon gets just thrown out of mech and quickly eliminated.
Element is so low.
Who popped Deadeye? Was that Element popping Deadeye?
Yeah, Element popped the Deadeye.
We have Rally coming out from PK Bacon though. Mango gets slapped, and it looks like it's going to be another swap over points, but we're in overtime. We got to see a really fast comp here.
Yeah, it's 99 to basically 80 at this point, and but I will say I am really impressed with Prune Juice Predator's patience here. Dogs seem to be wanting to play quite a fast comp, but they just haven't got all the speed there for it.
Alright, this fight is starting. Element is the first one to go down. Well, Bleak Green go down. Bleak Green does go down. And it's Simon being pressured back. Lactose gets a kill on Tyler and pops ultimate. And we're not going to see the beat from Failure Man, maybe. We need that beat to come in right now. This second, we need to pop that off rip. There we go. And it only gets that Lucio. Time for the Reckoning comes in. Lactose goes down. And that's going to be a point flip. No, hold on. Bleak Green's back. Bleak Green gets a kill on Failure Man. PK Bacon is low though, and but gets a kill on Element. Simon gets Steam Mech, and there comes Diva Bomb to prolong this fight even longer. Ooh, PK Bacon gets pushed in, but the coalescence from that Moira lowers PK Bacon enough that the Mango's Bleed gets it. Lactose is back and gets axed. It's just Simon left to hold this point down. Bleak Green's gonna come in. Will it be a desperate last touch? It doesn't even have time and just gets pushed into the corner. What an amazing fight coming in from both teams.
99 to 99. That was, to be honest, that could have gone either way.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know why, but it seems like when dogs get the advantage, they seem to either push too deep or they slack up too much. They need to try and find that even ground and then that will turn. I still have quite a lot of faith in dogs. I reckon they could turn this around.
Well, we see both teams trading in their flex DPS for a sim. Hold on, never mind. Tyler switches off back to that Reaper. As Bleak Green goes down early. Simon gets a kill on Failure Man though. Then gets a kill on Simon. Oh, hold on. PK Bacon gets a little too aggressive and will die for it. And that's a team fight win for Prune Juice Predators.
And now the point is open and Prune Juice Predators are gonna get the first points on the board.
I think that was a really bad TP from Bleak Green. With a sim comp, you kind of want to take your time, try and flip the map, and play aggressive, but they're just trying to hold point as quick as possible, and it just isn't going to work for them because of that bleed, and there's no real sustain against it, with them running that Juno again. Mango gets a kill on Lactose, Simon gets a kill on Carlberg, Tyler gets a kill on Bleak Green, and it's just Simon getting pushed around on point by Failure Man and goes down very quickly. And PK Bacon is just in the wrong position yet again. I don't know if he was pushed in or if he bashed in, but that's just a really unfortunate spot to be in.
Yeah, that was really unlucky for them. They seem to be rushing too much into it. They need to be communicating a little bit more and trying to work more as a team than individual play.
Oh, we get a TP onto the back of point. Bleak Green goes down very quickly though. Lactose gets a kill on Element and pops Sebastian ult. Mango gets low and is going to start receiving care from Failure Man. Hits the axe, misses the axe on Simon, but Coalescence comes out from Cowbird, followed by, hold on, that's 3 ults. Lactose blows himself up. Mango gets a kill on Jinri, Tyler gets a kill on Simon, and the Mango finishes off Bleak Green yet again with 80% on, like 80% done. Playing like less than 15% remain by the time these teams are gonna be ready for the next fight. What are we gonna see here? Because both teams, you know, Element only has Deadeye, and well, Prune Juice Predator also has Deadeye and Beat, compared to both support ults coming in and Annihilation. There we go. Annihilation comes out. The Suffering has started and goes down. Beat comes out from Failure Man. Bleak Green gets pushed around by this Lucio JQ combo. Jinri pops Orbital Ray, and not much to happen. Mango picks off Lactose with the help of Tyler, and that is 2-0.
Wow. I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, this has been a rough one. From for
DAWGS.
dogs. I mean, they're playing aggressive, but they're not doing the right things. They're not taking the right angles. They're not coordinated enough that they're reasonably doing anything. It's like watching an octopus. You know how all the limbs are meant to move together,
Mm-hmm.
and operate as one unit. The limbs aren't operating as one unit. With that being said, though, we are having a bio break, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
When you see the red, it will be from 4 to 7 seconds before the green, and the start of the 76th lap. European Grand Prix. Cross gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher, and Wendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Wendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill 2nd, Wendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th position ahead of Schumacher and challenging Wendlinger as they go round the right-hander into the old hairpin. Senna is up to 3rd.
And after being crowded at the start, a quite brilliant couple of corners by Ayrton Senna. Tremendous stuff. He muscled his way back into the contention at Redgate. He's going inside Damon Hill. And Senna into 2nd place already. And he's giving it absolutely everything in the wet part of the race.
So now, as before, the two great rivals, and that's Andretti. He's done it again on the very first lap. Andretti is out as he was in Brazil, as he almost was in South Africa. 3 Grand Prix, and he has only done 3 full laps. And so out is Wendlinger. So 2 retirements already. Michael Andretti and Carl Wendlinger, and Senna goes through into the lead. He's passed Alain Prost, so the McLaren leads. Prost 2nd, Hill is 3rd. A tremendous gap between the 3rd and 4th cars.
Yes, that must be caused by the Andretti and Wendlinger incident. We would assume that they may have had a coming together. We'll try and find out. Senna going away, but I expect that Damon Hill will be looking for a way past his team leader Alain Prost, who doesn't like the wet and won't be in a hurry.
When you see the red, it will be from 4 to 7 seconds before the green, and the start of the 76th lap. European Grand Prix. Prost gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher, and Wendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Wendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill 2nd, Wendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th position ahead of Schumacher and challenging Wendlinger as they go round the right-hander into the old hairpin. Senna is up to 3rd.
And after being crowded at the start, a quite brilliant couple of corners by Ayrton Senna. Tremendous stuff. He muscled his way back into the contention at Redgate. He's going inside Damon Hill. And Senna into 2nd place already. And he's giving it absolutely everything in the wet part of the race.
So now, as before, the two great rivals, and that's Andretti. He's done it again on the very first lap. Andretti is out as he was in Brazil, as he almost was in South Africa. 3 Grand Prix, and he has only done 3 full laps. And so out is Wendlinger. So 2 retirements already. Michael Andretti and Carl Wendlinger, and Senna goes through into the lead. He's passed Alain Prost, so the McLaren leads. Prost 2nd,
Welcome back, looking for gold scrims. Well, we've had our 5-minute break. Hopefully you've got a drink, got some snacks. Cause yeah. This has gone completely different to how I was expecting. How about for you, Voss?
Yeah, no. Honestly, this is sort of how I expected. I expected Prune Juice Predators to start strong early, but I'm expecting we're going to see a bit of a comeback. Both teams taking this 5-minute bio break to reset, have a talk amongst the players, what's going wrong, what's going right, and also maybe like figure out these team comps, because it looks like DAWGS does not have the synergy and they're not really understanding where they need to be. While DAWGS did have a pretty easy path in, it's that easy path, it does not exist with this team.
I agree with you, and it's very, very interesting because Prune Juice Predators are playing a comp that we don't normally see.
No, we haven't seen many Moiras. We've seen one, like a few here or there, but we haven't seen enough to confirm it as like people's comps.
And Simon has said we pick King's Row. Hopefully this is going to be the turning point for DAWGS.
Well, we have seen Prune Juice Brothers actually like be taken all the way to the end on this map multiple times throughout the playoffs. So I think this is a really good choice for DAWGS. But are they able to actually break through Prune Juice Predators here is the bigger question.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
Sure.
So, I have to ask, between the two teams so far, who has been standing out to you the most so far, and who should we keep a little bit more eye on?
I think on Prune Juice Brothers, I'm a bit split. Mango has been doing it really well and really strong, while also Element, Tyler, Caliber, Fairlyman have all been getting their picks and getting as much damage in. They've came in like wrecking balls, and it's really been showing. But for DAWGS, Jinri just keeps impressing me. Really good Suzus, really good antis, really good understanding of the game and where they need to be playing. While Simon, Lactose, Bleed Green are doing their best, and PK Bacon, but it's just constantly Jinri that's standing out to me.
So, from the looks of it, Prune Juice Predators have picked defense, and they're banning the Kiri.
Rest in peace, Kiriko.
And for DAWGS, they're getting rid of the May.
So yeah, Tyler is actually known to play May pretty well. So with that being said, that may remove an Arsenal in the PJP lineup. Javin is coming back in for PK for the DAWGS team. But ultimately, I think we need to see DAWGS play together. They need to stop getting picked off early, and they need to play these very smart fights that way they're just not doing.
So you said about Taylor playing May. Just having a quick browse of their profile, they've only got 6 hours on May.
I think Tyler could have 2 minutes on May and still play her like a goddamn genius.
True. So, we're off to King's Row. I wonder if there's going to be a Widow first pick.
Favorite?
I've got to see. It's my
I think,
most favourite. I love most of the maps, to be honest.
I think we'll see a Wither. I think we've seen Lactose on Wither a few times. We've also seen Element on the Wither. So I think Wither is a very fair choice here for both teams to use.
Yeah. Probably for like the first pick, but it can work.
So the
Oh.
starting lineup for PJP is a Zarya, Reaper, Freya, Ana, Brig, which is a really interesting lineup in my opinion. But don't sleep on DAWGS here, coming in with a Zarya, Reaper, Sojourn, Wu Yang, and Ana comp.
Hmm.
So these are some
Gonna be. This is gonna be.
unconventional conventional.
5,
Hmm.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Match is starting. Lights are out, and away we go. Bubble coming out from Tyler and Mango, forcing them into this choke already and pushing past as Tyler's forced to retreat from the bubbled Bleed Green. Bleed Green forced to fade out. Lactose gets a hit on Element, and then Bleed Green picks off Tyler, and it's just a full aggressive push from DAWGS here. Lactose gets a kill on Failure Man using the Vortex.
Strongest woman alive.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say this. That was a completely different DAWGS than what we've seen the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, but maybe this is just a bad map for Prune Predators. So let's not discount that too. With that being said, Tyler goes down. Calvert switches off to the Baptiste. Mango gets low. Element also swaps off to the Emery.
Yep, and we've also now got a Lucio for Prune Predators.
So we have Lactose on point, a bit unconventional. Maybe you want your Wu Yang on point, because Wu Yang can just send those bubbles wherever he pleases. Mango gets down low and is forced to fight this. The Sleep comes out on Failure Man, and Bleed Green gets low, forced out to Wraith, but Simon may go down here. I really want PJC to play this aggressively. They're coming into you, and they're in the perfect spot. Just, guys, use this pillbox that they've set up. Lactose is backing all the way up, trying to get some poke damage in. Mango gets slapped and gets low, forced out Bubble, but Tyler gets to go on Simon. Then we have the Grab comes out, gets Lactose, Grab
goes down.
gets the retreating Bleed Green. And now we're just able to hold this out. With 5 minutes still on the clock, well, 4 minutes 20-ish seconds left on the clock. But looking at the ult economy, you know, we are seeing a massive advantage for DAWGS here. And here we go. We have a Nano comes out, Simon pop, Failure Man drops an ult, and then we have Bleed Green coming into the background. Are we going to see the Death Blossom? No, we are not. But we do see Element popping the Emery ult and forcing everyone out. And then with that being said, they just clean up this fight, and that's 2 ults for 2 ults.
And
Oof! That was an unlucky TT from Bleed Green to just get instantly caught out.
they're starting to look a little bit staggered at this point.
Yeah, they had this amazing advantage, and they're losing it yet again. This is seeming like a common trend. They'll gain an advantage, try and do something with it, and it just won't work, and then they start staggering. And with that being said, Bleed Green is now in an unoptimal position, gets bubbled, gets double bubbled.
Comes in with the Blossom.
Picks up, Draven gets a kill on Element, Bleed Green picks up Mango, and now they're forced out, but they've now used 4 ults in the span of 2 fights.
Yeah, and all that they've got left is Lactose's overclock.
Which, is that enough to turn a team fight? I don't think so. We can see probably a crazy OC, but with Zarya, Zarya and the mobility of Reaper with Fade, I think it's going to be very hard to get the value that they need. With that being said, the ultimate comes in from Tyler. No one dies except Tyler himself. Gets a few people low though, so maybe they're still able to do something with this. OC comes out from Lactose as Lactose is trying to get aggressive. Is not able to really find anything. Will Lactose go down here? No, but Lactose is consistently low and is forced to retreat. Bleed Green in the backline. We have a Grab coming out. So we've now used 3 ults in the in the span of two fights. We took 1 dry, and we got a massive advantage, and now we've just lost all our advantage because now we can't counter grab the grab, which is really weird to say, but it is possible. And on top of that, they're about to have nano. So I don't know who's ult tracking here, but I think they needed to maybe go back to ult tracking school. With that being said though, Grav and Nano are back. Lactose goes down early, and we have the, I forgot what it's called, but we have the ultimate from Emery coming out, trying to get aggressive. 1 minute 30 left on the clock. But by the time both teams are back. Override protocol. Thank you, my handsome King, Matt King. But with that being said though, we still have, we're going to have 4 ults on the board yet again, and the only thing we'll be missing is Lactose. Bleed Green probably going to get it within a fight. Javin's going to get it in just any moment now. There we go. And it's 3 ults to Fairly Man's B, and I don't know how much sustain it's going to give him. 60 seconds left on the clock. There we go. Beat comes out. Tyler gets a kill on Lactose. Bleed Green teleports into the back line. No one really looked at him. Wu Yang ults and gets a kill on Element with it. There we go. Death Blossom comes out from Bleed Green. Does not get no one. Bleed Green does get the kill on Mango though, coming out of the ultimate.
Yeah.
30 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like they're going to push it into this third point to give us about 1:50 left on the clock.
My ultimate is charged.
Oh, hold on. Tyler's holding on, trying to delay this as much as possible. So we'll be looking at like a minute 42 left on the clock.
It was a crazy stagger there by Taylor to do there, but it seems to have worked in Prune Juice Predator's favour.
Well, they're at that point where they don't need to worry about dying. They need to worry about holding off this point and getting into a position where they can burn as much time as possible. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Prune Juice. Even if they get this, if they have a minute left, it's going to be a lot better for Prune Juice.
Oh, for sure.
But that depends on
Talking
how
about
the second round goes.
Prune Juice Predators are on foot, coming up to their 5th ult. And
there we go. Grab comes out. Simon gets. Well, does Simon go down here? Simon does go down here, but no, without some help from Jinri. And it's looking like a complete flip. Javin versus Tyler. Please, Tyler, don't lose this. And Tyler gets the kill. So, for the 8 seconds left on the clock, we have about maybe 2 team fights left, depending on how long they go for. Actually, may only have 1. Bleed Green trying to get aggressive here, maybe trying to find somewhere to ult. Gets down low, and we're going to see the Death Blossom come out. Bleed Green gets a kill on Failure Man, and then Mango's kill on Bleed Green. Tyler gets a kill on Simon. Mango and Tyler go down to Lactose OC. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Payload's about to touch. We have seen Mango come out on the Doom Fist. Beat come out.
We're now in overtime.
We are now in overtime, meaning we have 14 seconds of respawn time, so if we get a kill, the team has to hold on. Ooh, Failure Man is the first one to go down from Javin. And we have the Emery ult coming out, trying to get aggressive here. Simon ult, as the rest of the team is forced off. Oh, Bleed Green goes down! Simon goes down, and it's Lactose. Ooh, hold on, Javin goes down, but not before Lactose gets a kill on Mega, and it's going to be a
2 meters 15.
2.
That is it.
That is insane.
That was close. Okay, I'm gonna
Albert
say
is an amazing support player. I think Albert held that down so well.
Albert helped out quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's what to the Bat piece was absolutely beautiful.
Calbert had like production had said to us, well, the host of the lobby, Calbert literally held that point so well then. Really, really good job. But like I said, DAWGS seem to be they seem to be there right at the beginning of this fight, but as it progressed on, they seem to, I think the word is staggered a little bit more.
Yeah, they're able to like build up these advantages, but then they don't really do anything with it, which is really unfortunate. And we need to see DAWGS capitalize. They need to play these ults a lot better because they're throwing away these advantages. They used 4 ults in 2 fights and really got nothing for it other than 2 fight losses. So they need to be smarter with their ult usage. And secondly, they need to start at, like, if they're gonna combo, they need to combo well and try and, if they want to combo, go for this like Reaper Zarya combo. Grab, deploy the grab, then deploy the Death Blossom.
Yeah.
Alright, and immediately they're able just to push past this choke. Playing around this choke.
I was gonna say, if we have a look at the table at the minute, Juven is 15 and 2, the lowest deaths in the group. I wonder if Juven's playing a little bit too passive.
I think it's just good positioning and able to get out, but that's gonna change. That's gonna change here. But with that being said, Bleak Green gets a kill on Carbon, forcing a retreat from Junior's Predators. Mango forced to get the Mega in the hotel. And Bleak Green gets a kill on Tyler. Bleak Green gets a kill on Mango, gets 2 for his troubles. Do we get a third one from Bleak Green? No, we do not.
Nope, but Lactose picks up a kill on Element.
Which, oh, hold on, we have some light rain coming in from Wu Yang. An Element is playing, is trying to find something on this Widow. Oh, ooh. Takes a shot, misses the, Lactose, body shots Javin. And that's forcing a retreat. The Reaper of Lee Green teleports, hold on, Tyler goes down to Lactose, bringing a skill on Lactose though. Lee Green teleports on high ground, gets immediately knocked off for his troubles. And with that being said, they're now going to try flipping the map here. I like it, but maybe with the wrong comp. You need to push here. You need to do something.
The objective, or face me.
Well, it's nice to see the Widow out, I'm going to say it.
Oh, here we go. The ults are coming out. Bubble's coming out. Oh, and Javin gets kill on Failure Man with the wave.
Mango's getting low.
Yeah, Mango goes down next. Element gets a kill on Javin, but it's not going to be enough for this team to really do anything with. We need to see a comp swap here, in my opinion. Maybe like a
Reinhardt.
I'm not really. Yeah, a Reinhardt maybe, just to force something out. Maybe a bit of poke damage, so like Sig, Domina, maybe Ramatra even. Just something here,
maybe
because it's not really working.
No,
I don't think Arista's nothing good to pick here.
Yeah.
I get the idea, but it's just not gonna work. But that Arista's in the background, forcing out a bubble from Simon. Bleak Green gets a kill on Element though, and gets Cowbird for his troubles with Death Blossom. And it's just Bleak Green in this backline that's really being a hassle for them. We have Nano come out, and Nano is on Simon here. As Mango gets a kill on Bleak Green, Javin gets a kill on Failure Man. Yeah, maybe
That's Zarya's dagger.
We need to get Element off this Widow, and there we go. Element is now on Freya. But is it too little, too late? Right, 30 seconds left on the clock.
I'm gonna say dogs look a lot more communicated on this defense.
Element gets a kill on Lactose though. And there we go, we have Grab coming out, which is gonna give them at least second tick. Bleak Green gets low. They need to win this. They need to win this point right here, right now. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Mango's probably about to go down. Mango does go down. Failure Man goes down. Bubble comes out, and yeah, it's looking like a 4-point.
Trying to hold this point.
Tyler coming in on Tracer, but does go down, and it's just Carbo trying to do something left, and unfortunately, it's just too little, too late for a map win for DAWGS on a full hold.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna say it. This round, dogs really did show a different side to them. Like their attack was reasonably good, but their hold there, a full hold against Prune Juice Predators, and
Mad respects.
that was
Well,
crazy.
what was Prune Juice Predators really doing? Because I just
Maybe
didn't
like-
see anything. The Widow was just not working, and we held on to that for so long.
Mm,
I I just
yeah.
don't know. Like it looked
Yeah.
like these teams reversed. Did they quickly swap accounts in that 5-minute break? What happened?
I don't think so. Maybe some coaching. Some
Yeah.
dog pack
Well,
talk.
Well,
Woof, woof.
I reckon, to be honest, Element was taking shots on that Widow. Oh, I know that you said it wasn't like very effective, but it was because they weren't hitting their shots. I know it sounds crazy, but every time that they were shooting, the Zarya had a bubble. So that means they weren't counting how many bubbles they were before you shoot the Zarya.
Yeah,
I
which
also
is
think the
really
support
unfortunate.
lines did really good at denying the LOS of the Widow. Like, if you
Mhm.
saw where, like, Jinri and the other support, Javen?
Juven and Jin.
Yeah, both of them were positioned very nicely, where the Widow couldn't get much value.
Mhm.
And I do agree with Voss that the swap off Widow was a little too late.
Yeah, very too late.
Too little, too late, which is unfortunate truth. But I think we're gonna have to look like I don't know. PJP needs to come back, and they need to realize that they're not going to be able to sort of just do whatever they want. This is a team where you have to actually play precise, and you
Yeah.
just want that freedom.
Yeah, I think because they went like 2 maps up, they were like, oh well, this was pretty easy on us. We don't need to worry too much. But yeah, dogs really did. Pardon the pun here, but really did bring the bite in that round. And it looks
Exactly.
like we are off to one of my favourite maps, Watch Point Gibraltar.
Another good Widow map.
A very good
Yeah.
Widow map. But you can
So
also
we,
play the Freya really well here, and also the Ash.
Yeah, I've also been finding a lot of success in Cassidy in my own games. When I'm playing Watchpoint, because you're able to exploit a lot of brawly areas that teams want to take. So if you play the better brawl and they want to, like, you know, go meet you on the high ground, or then meet you on, or like try and go under you, you're able just to drop down and do what you need to do. So yeah, with that being said, we need, I think, for Prune Juice. Give a second, I'm wasting.
And it looks like dogs are banning the Winston, and
Yeah, we
they
have.
will they will take attack.
Confidence.
That's an interesting ban, though. No,
I don't think so, because Winston is
No.
a very so like Mangu was Winston and got 40 and 0. And like a watch point is a very heavy dive comp. If teams
It is
are
a
well
very
organized.
heavy dive
Yeah.
map.
Yes.
Because you can also play the Hazard here, you can play Diva
the
here, you
Diva,
can play Wrecking Ball here.
Yes.
And if you're
I
gonna
mean,
go
if you're
with, like
playing
you said
Diva on
about the brawl,
Watchpoint, I think there's a few other things. But I mean, if you play a good Diva, you just counter dive the Winston. So I don't, and that's what they were missing on that first point, is that they didn't have that counter dive. And when they did, it was too late.
I mean, I think the Winston ban is understandable. If I were dogs and I saw Mangu go 40 and 0, I'd be like, nah, this person is not playing Winston on a good Winston map.
Agreed.
But
Well,
with that being
We'll definitely-
said,
I think we'll
it's
see a
good
Tracer
ban.
though. Yeah, I think
Yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna
I think
see a
Winston.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tracer's very good on this map. But yes, I agree. Winston is a solid ban.
So I wonder who Prune Juice Predators are gonna ban. If you was in Prune Juice Predators spot, who would you ban?
I'd say ban Lucio here, or the Wu Yang. I feel like actually no, I feel like you ban either Wu Yang or Baptiste here.
I personally would go with like a Reaper.
Well,
Really?
I don't think Reaper
Oh.
is.
No,
is the
Tracer.
thing, right?
No Tracer. Oh, we were so wrong, chat.
Tracer is out of this game, kidnapped by Talon for this point, well, for this match.
So sad. Tracer's such a good hero on this map, though. At least that's what Keeg says.
Well, with the new rampways up to the high ground on second point, Tracer's become a lot more powerful on this map. So with that being said, I think we're going to see a lot of action come from these two teams, while also we're able to. I feel like this is still going to be Prune Juice Predators. I feel like this is going to win.
It's gonna be interesting. So,
All right, Dogs are
keep
running the same
saying-
lineup. Prune Juice Predators running. The same lineup.
I think we're ready. Chat, are you ready?
We're
I'm
gonna see
hearing
a bit
from,
of a recent
from
history.
production, they're all ready. So, I think we're just about to enter. We're just getting them ready from Dogs. Dogs say they're ready. Let's get the show on the road.
And we now move on to the island safari of Watchpoint Gibraltar. Also, maybe we see a jetpack cat, right? I feel like for the second and third point, jetpack cat may be the go.
Yeah, because you can drag them off the map. But I'm not sure how jetpack cat would work on second point.
Just figure it out. I mean, ideally, you use jetpack cat ult for two reasons. One, to like force the enemy tank into a really bad position, or you use it to just to basically disrupt.
So, for Produce Predators, we've got a Doomfist, Reaper, a Freya, a Anna, and Brig.
Well, for the dogs, we have Diva, Freya, Genji, Wu Yang, and Kiriko.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
All right, and this match begins playing a bit of a slow engage here. They're trying to figure out where the enemy team is. Slowly pushing that card up to the first checkpoint.
Yeah.
And then the Diva dives Element. Oh, Simon gets put in the wall, but Lycos gets to kill on Element. And then Simon gets very quickly DMAC while trying to die the rest of the team. What?
Cool, Lactose almost fell off the map there.
Oh, that was a close one. Lycos gets low though from the Reaper and is forced to retreat.
They're already almost past this choke point already.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a bit to go of it, but they're getting through it very quick. We have the remix from Simon. Bleed Green swaps off to the Echo though. And I think ultimately this is starting to look like a really interesting matchup here. And we have the punch off, nearly sends Duran off the map, but not today. As a TP comes in, Suzu comes out. Lactose is pretty comfortably with 68 here. And they're just trying to find this angle, but pushes PJP all the way back out of this choke, and they're nearly out of it, and they're out of the choke, moving on to the last corner, and we're going into server room. we're trying to take the fight here. Simon gets pushed into the wall. Tyler gets killed on Lactose. Javin goes under. Oh, gets a double punch on Fury and Javin. But the Suzu keeps them both up. So Simon gets antied. Oh, Tyler gets the kill on Javin.
Oh.
And there we go. The D-Mech from Simon, for Simon. Suzu comes out yet again for Jiren. Tyler gets a kill on Simon and Jiren as a whole. And now we're down 2 minutes.
Wow. Already. I can't believe how quick this is happening.
I know. God, I need a drink after this one. Element gets a kill on Lactose. Simon, oh, Tyler gets a kill on Bleed Green though. Simon trying to get aggressive, but it doesn't. It's not able to find it. Jiren gets punched out, and then Tyler is forced to retreat as quick as possible. And is that the Crimson Wolf skin I see that Mango's running? Getting some shots on. Oh, hold on. Simon going on the back line, trying to get Element or get some damage in here. But ultimately, the only damage that's getting done is his ego from that dive. As we see Bleed Green swap off Echo. The rush comes out from Jinri. Simon gets a kill on Element, and Element dives the back line. But hold on, we may. Oh, what a beautiful Death Blossom coming in.
That was a huge Death Blossom.
Yeah, and we have a Meteor Strike from Mango trying to delay this point a bit longer. Going on the Bleed, or well, going above Bleed Green, as Failure Man is able to come back. 30 seconds left on the clock. Bleed Green is low and will go down to that Freya Bolt. Simon gets to go on Cowbird. And there we go, we have the Diva Bomb coming out that gets no one. And immediately is already getting picked up by previous Predators. And gets team-mech'd already.
Right.
Mango gets a kill on Lactose.
Mango on this Doomfist is absolutely evil.
What an unlucky Suzu though. And Tyler gets a kill. Tyler gets 2 kills. Element gets a kill. Everyone gets a kill today. And that's going to be first point 0-0. Which I think previous Predators are looking strong. They're looking comfortable. They're back on maps they like.
Well, from the looks of it, Mango hasn't died once again.
You know, maybe just keep Mango on the dive tanks. Keep playing these dive mats because it's working.
Yeah.
But it looks like Simon is having a much worse dive, where Mango is able to sort of just go in, disrupt, and then leave. Then Tyler can come. Tyler and Element. Let's not sleep on how powerful Element's being. Just comes in and is like, "Hello, everyone's low. I'll take you. I'll take this piece of candy. You can take that one." And then they just mop up.
And is that a semi-seat?
We do see Element coming out on the Symmetra, which I think is an interesting choice. I have not been watching much pro play this week, or the last few weeks, but I don't think we've seen the Sim on Watchpoint. We've seen it on like brawler maps. Oh, hold on, we are asking for a pause. Tyler's PC has exploded. The $50 has hit the PayPal account.
Oh well. Also, thank you everyone who's stopping by and watching the LFGS of Grand Final stream. We're peaking at like 41 viewers, so bring more friends in. Thank you, everybody.
Yep, make sure to share the link around and make sure to try and get as many people in, because as Mighty has just said, this is the Grand Finals, guys. Come on, this is a huge event, and it's against two, to be honest, absolutely incredible teams.
2 beautiful teams, if I say so myself. So we are. Yeah. So Tyler has unfortunately had to quickly back out to restart his PC. But with that being said, we'll be back momentarily.
Mental Fridays PC.
When you see the red, it will be from 4 to 7 seconds before the green, and the start of the 76th lap. European Grand Prix. Cross gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher, and Wendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Wendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill 2nd, Wendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th position ahead of Schumacher and challenging Wendlinger as they go round the right-hander into the old hairpin. Senna is up to 3rd.
And after being crowded at the start, a quite brilliant couple of corners by Ayrton Senna. Tremendous stuff. He muscled his way back into the contention at Redgate. He's going inside David Hill. And Senna into 2nd place already. And he's giving it absolutely everything in the wet part of
The
the race.
Sigma Lactose is on the Emra, Bleed Green on the Cassadia, Juven on the Wu Yang, and Jin on the Kiri.
Right, and we are back to it. 15 seconds left on the intermission clock. And we're gonna see a Sigma Emery Cassidy, followed by Wu Yang and Kiriko. So I'm a bit curious on this. I know why are we running double hit scan here is my question. The Sig may work, but it may not be enough. And there we go. Rock's forced out, meaning Mango can sort of just go in whenever Mango would like to. And it's not a long push for Prune Predators either.
Yep.
And goes onto the high ground, misses it, and is forced to drop down. Tyler comes in, forces out, I believe, a flashbang and a TP. And Simon goes down very quickly. So now they're just gonna have the free reign. They can just sort of walk to this underground and just play this better. Mango gets flashbanged, and unfortunately, Bleed Green is forced to retreat very quickly. And we have Failure Man and Mango on point, trying to push this as forward as possible. And we have only 3 minutes left on the clock. This is holdable, but I mean, can they hold it? Oh, maybe, with Bleed Green getting the kill on Mango from the rock of Simon, forcing the team into a retreat. Lexos gets the kill on Failure Man. Pilot forced the TP out. Bleed Green gets suited though.
Yep, and now they're doing a tactical regroup here from the looks of it.
Yeah, a bit of a tactical regroup. We have Bleed Green closest to that dead eye, with only Carbird being like the one that's closest for Nano. We have 98 to 92. Who's gonna get it? Bleed Green gets it first. Taylor gets a kill on
Lactose takes down Taylor.
Not bad.
Thank you for the correction. Oh, Lactose also picks up Element here. Maybe
Element.
I think he needs to... Oh, hold on. We have a bit of a back tap situation from Mango and goes down for it. But that is a stagger. Honestly, I would kind of like a Remarshal swap here. Give the team a bit more sustain, and also hold on to, just hold on to a bit of territory here. And we have Mango pushing the cart forward and gets meat. Lactose drops the Element and gets bowler shotted. Well, Tyler is Nano though. Lactose gets the kill on Element. There we go. Oh, Bleed Green gets slapped and goes down for it. We have the we have Sig's ult coming out. Tyler pops ult, but goes down, and it's just Mango left to hold up this cart against Simon, Lactose, and Ginry. We have Carbo coming out on that Juno, getting a quick swap. A minute on the clock.
Yep, and Bleed Green is swapping over to the 76.
Yeah, which is, I think that's a really bad choice here, considering how dominant Mango is. But I don't know, maybe they've seen something that we haven't, and they're gonna push back a bit.
I think it's trying to apply a bit more pressure on Element.
Well, Rally comes out, followed by the ultimate of Wu Yang, and gets Failure Man. Well, Bleed Green gets a kill on Tyler though. Lactose gets a kill on Element. And then, yeah, they're just forced to retreat here. Okay, 30 seconds left on the clock. We're going to have one last push left in this fight, and we're gonna have to see something change here for both teams, because
And
I mean, it's
Cowbird's
not
gone
a
over to
large
the
push.
killie now.
Yeah, and we need to see a kill. We need to see Prune Predators get a kill, get the first pick, and get a good pick. Element swapped off onto the Echo. Tyler gets slowed. Mango does have the ultimate here. Mango can burn through his cooldown and still probably get
Element's
someone.
gone down.
Ooh, but that's a really bad time death from Element. And then we have Emery ult coming out. Beetle Strike comes out. Doesn't really get anyone with it.
And we're into
Punches-
overtime.
And I think this is going to be another map win for Prune Juice, for DAWGS here.
DAWGS.
Unless something crazy happens. I mean...
Oh my god, the toes win, guys. Wow. The Sigma pick. I doubted it, but wow.
Yeah, I
Simon W.
doubted it, but Simon played that really well. So, I think, I'm going to be honest, I think part of it is that they needed to get off this Doomfist. They weren't really able to do much with it.
Well, so typically, like, Sigma is a very good character to, like, counter a Doomfist. I was thinking if Sig didn't work, I could see if they were comfortable on Hog, because Hog is also a good kind of, like, marking. You could also go Orisa, but, like, man, Simon Sigma. Woo! That's very
Yeah,
good.
that was...
Very
Simon Sigma
that
was
was an upset.
absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
That was really, really impressive. I will say, when they came out on the Sigma, I was like, I'm not sure on this.
Yeah, see, I thought Sigma was
going
gonna be too slow, but yeah, I thought Sigma was gonna be too slow of a comp, because, but man, wow, great job on DAWGS. I mean, whew.
Wow.
Well, chat,
Yeah,
we have a great grand finals.
Alright, we'll be back after another bio break.
So make sure to grab your snack.
When you see the red, it will be from 4 to 7 seconds before the green, and the start of the 76 lap. European Grand Prix. Cross gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher, and Vendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Vendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill 2nd, Vendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th.
Welcome back, looking for gold scrims. We are now back. Hopefully you've got your snacks, got your drinks, gone to the bathroom, and yeah. What a turn of events. DAWGS going to be in a 2 maps down to basically bringing it back to 2-2.
Yeah, which is confusing. I will be honest.
It's, to be honest, on the last map, Watch Point Gibraltar, I thought as they had that full hold there, and not taking the first point, I thought, to be honest, I thought DAWGS weren't gonna make it, but DAWGS turned it around on us. Bringing out that Sigma just seemed to work really, really well against that Doomfist.
Yeah, which is one, they're playing really well, which is good on them. But I'm a bit confused because the first 2 maps they played really well. Where they were able to keep themselves up. Then second map happened. Well, first and second map happened. They were able to roll it pretty easily. King's Row happened, and I think that was a bit of like an ego spill play, and it didn't work out for Prune Juice. It's also on the weakest map. Then this map, Prune Juice Predators held that defense really well, and then DAWGS, they had no answer to DAWGS's Sigma from Simon. That was just insane. And they lost. They lost that by a lot. But now they're in a spot where it's they are either going to lose, it's 2-2. And they need to start playing these comps what they're good at, and they need to start playing it now because they can't just mess around at this point. It's time that they lock in, get the game going. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, for sure. So, we've just asked Prune Juice Predators on which map they would like. It looks like, guys, get your sun cream. We're off to Suravasa. I wonder if they're going to bring the name out again. Or maybe the Winston.
Hold on, we have a Moira ban.
They saw that Moira.
Yeah, they saw the Moira from failure and just I'm not sure what to say here. I don't know what comp these guys should run. I mean, ideally you go for like a Russell Brawl comp. We did see Mango come out on that JQ and was absolutely powerful. And we have a Reaper ban coming in.
Wait,
from
some mean
Tyler.
Tyla's banning themselves out of Reaper jail? Right, isn't Tyler the Reaper? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Tyler is the Reaper.
Yeah.
So Reaper's been
Okay.
now banned 9 times in this tournament.
Wow.
So again, for those that don't know, we've been keeping track of all the bans throughout the season, and currently the top 3 is Kiri with 36, then Zarya with 26. Kiri with 36, Zarya with 26, Vendetta with 24, and Lucio and Ramatra tied for 4th with 22.
And who are the least banned?
Doomfist, Mizuki. Doomfist and Mizuki are both tied with 1. And Junkrat. Junkrat has also been banned once. There's only 1 character out of the 50 heroes that has not been banned yet, and that is Unran.
So, same lineup for DAWGS. I'm ready. Are you ready, Voss?
More ready than I've ever been.
Yeah, and it looks like Prune Juice Predators are ready. DAWGS are ready. Let's get this show on the road, guys. So, I wonder what comps they're going to come out with.
Well,
Hmm.
maybe we play like a rush comp, a rush brawl comp, or we play or we do play like a dive brawl comp. So like maybe a ball. Yeah, I believe it was a Moira and Reaper Man. So that is both an Arsenal out of both teams. So Winston can come back though. I just don't like Winston on this map. So that's my personal preference. But I think we see Mango go that JQ.
Mm-hmm.
And we do see it. We see
Yep.
Mango coming out on that JQ, Tyler coming out on the Tracer, Element on the Sojourn, Cowbird on Kiriko, and Falloman on the Lucio. Simon
And for
Fazaria,
Dogs,
Lactose. We have Bastion. Bleed Green is playing the May. And then we have the lovely Lucio Kiri
5,
lineup.
4, 3, 2, 1.
and it's showtime.
Mark it.
Both teams trying to go for some skips here. How are you thinking? How do you think this map's going to go?
Hmm.
Disrupting.
It could go either way, to be honest. Depends on who's going to get the first pick. And Mango's been walled off.
Oh, and Jimmer gets the
Cowbird
first pick on Cowbird. Bleed Green gets to kill on Fairman. Somebody gets to kill on Mango.
Your finest hour.
Element takes out Bleed Green. And Simon takes out Element. With a
This is a
nice
really-
punch in the face.
Really unlucky and bad fight for these teams here. And DAWGS is sort of just going unprotected. I don't know what's going on for Prune Predators, but this is not the Prune Predators I'm used to watching.
To be honest, it kind of looks like DAWGS have like woken up now, and they're like, oh wait, we're actually in a tournament, guys.
Yeah, wait, we're not playing comp anymore? Lactose gets a kill on Fallyman with that Bastion grenade. Simon gets down low. Lactose goes down to Cowbird. Mango tries doing something here. Gets spooked through the wall. Element gets a kill on January. Cowbird gets a kill on Bleed Green. It's just Simon and this Lucio of Javin trying to get out here. As point flips at 89%.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Bleed Green kind of did a bit of a mess up there with that ice wall because Mango was so low there, and the wall just saved them.
Yeah,
Make trouble.
we're in a really weird spot here where you know, Mango is down on ult charge, Tyler is up on ult charge. Oh, and that comes out. Rush from January comes out, and then we have the OT come out from Element. Oh, Simon gets down low, enforce the bubble. Then we have the Kitsune Rush coming in from January. The Bastion ult from Lactose comes in. And unfortunately, doesn't hit you, and Tyler comes around in the background. And we have Blizzard come out. Oh, and this is going to be a very quick fight for DAWGS here.
Team kill.
And DAWGS take first point.
Mark it.
Yeah, well, this Bastion's honestly working for them so well. It's actually kind of like surprising. I'm a Bastion lover, so seeing Bastion actually work into this comp is kind of insane.
Yep. And Taylor is now coming out on the Bastion.
Oh, we're matching the Bastion. Beat comes out from Davin, and then Fallyman drops the beat. Bleed Green gets a kill on Element, Mango gets a kill on Lactose. Point unlocked in 5 seconds. Who's going to win this point? Fallyman gets a kill on Bleed Green. Then it's just Simon in the background. Generally does a nice little Caesar to keep the team up, but it goes down to Tyler. Mango gets a kill on January, and it's just Davin that goes down next, giving first point, well, Ruin's first point to Prune Predators. That was a much better fight for Prune Predators, though.
Oh, very much so. That was so much cleaner for him.
And that's what we need to see. We need this. We need to see these picks happen. We need to see them play really smart. And like, if they get an ult tool out, they play it well enough. And Lactose immediately gets a kill on Tyler, as we say that, and then gets a kill on Javin though, which I think is a bit more of an effective trade. And then we have Grab come out. Simon goes down. Ice block from Bleed Green and the wall. That's both made cooldowns. Element did get the kill on Simon. I don't know if I said that before, but I'll say it now.
Just so low.
Oh, Lactose is so low. Does Lactose go down? No, Jinri keeps him up. Element gets kill on Bleed Green though, and it's just a full retreat for from Dogs against BJP. And Simon is honestly caught out here. So if they rush Simon, they have nothing there to stop him.
Now.
And there we go. They're rushing him. We have. Oh, Fanman goes down. And Element goes down too with OC active. Will they be able to touch 99? No, they are not. And that's
And it's 1-1. And they've just staggered Mango out, but Calbert takes out Bleed Green.
That feels better.
Yeah, that's a really big pick, and they need a fort, and they just need to rotate out here. Don't stick this fight, unless we're. Oh no, okay. It looks like Dogs here are gonna have the have that first hold of the point while it's locked down. But we have 10 seconds still open. Yeah, Mango goes in, Tyler goes in, Element gets a kill on Javin. That's a massive pick there. And Bleed Green is forced to be Keiko by that Kiriko. And then Grab comes out. We have Tyler pops ult, and it's just not enough. And we have a Kitsune rush from Carbird. What was that rush, Carbird? Like, what? Alright, so, we've now flipped it, and we're ahead of PGP. 28% to 14%. And we're trying to find an angle here. Lactose gets low, and they get immediately paired up. We lost a handful of ults here. Calbo gets a kill on Javin, but Rush comes out from Jinri as they're trying to flip this point.
Failman is so low at the stack.
Oh, Calbo goes down. And Paladin's able to be kept up. Bleed Green goes, gets a kill on Tyler though. Really impactful kills here, and it's forced PJP to retreat.
And they're up to almost 78%. They're
Well, yeah, they're
hitting
about to be
the
80.
80%.
And this is going to be a full rush from these teams here. Oh, Lactose gets bubbled here and is forced to look down Tyler, and they get it. Just as easy as they strolled in. Element gets a kill on Jinri, but they're gonna leave. They're gonna head over to the garden, which is on the other side of the map. And Bleed Green does get out. Tyler, being the free thinker of the group, going on this little adventure to the other side of the map by himself.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
And it's looking like Dogs is gonna get that first point control again.
Yeah.
Unless they get pushed off rapidly, which I don't think is gonna happen. But that being said, Mango Tyler on point. Tyler gets a kill on Javin. Simon gets a kill on Tyler. Oh,
and they all go down.
And it's just
Bleed Green is the only one left.
Bleed Green honestly probably could have danced on them and would have given him massive points there. But alright, we've used Grab, and we're down, well, honestly equal on ults here. Both teams have both DPS, and they're trading support ults here.
Yeah, but from the looks of it, Dogs are actually closer to getting all their ults.
Yeah. Well, we have Rush comes out, Rush OC comes out, Lactose drops, and the B comes out. And it's an ult battle for this point. Well, Simon gets a kill on Tyler, Lactose gets a kill on Failure Man, Grab comes out, and that's just going to be a quick fight for Dogs to flip it and still have one ult remaining.
Yep, that's 72% for PGP.
this is still winnable for TJP here, but it's looking like DAWGS may take the early start here.
Yeah.
And we have a
And
Kitsune
Prune is
coming
so
out
low at the
from
set.
Binri.
And it looks
And
like they're trying to
Cowbird.
push him back to spawn.
Yep, Lee Green gets a headshot on Cowbird though, and it's going to be a bit of a spawn hold here. Mango is at 63% and Javin is at 57 for B. We are ultimately going to be in a bit of a tense situation. DAWGS has now pushed past previous Predators in terms of ult point, and Failure is the first one to die in this fight. Lee Green getting a great kill there, and immediately forcing the previous Predators to retreat, and that's going to be a map win 3-2 for the for DAWGS. What? This is really flipping the script here.
Play of the game.
Maybe DAWGS took some notes from Odyssey Scylla, and they're just a 5-map team, or whatever that saying is.
7-map team. Yeah. So they have to throw the next one for us to have 7 maps.
Yep. Ooh. I'm gonna say it. This is a completely different DAWGS to what we saw on the first 2 maps.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. We've seen such a massive swap over from DAWGS, but now Prune Juice Predators aren't playing the way they need to be playing.
Well, if I can't break in here, Mr. Producer, I think what we're seeing here is a classic, big momentum is winning breeds winning. And in our case, in Overwatch, what does winning get you? Get you better comms. Makes everybody feel a little looser. Hey, we're winning, we're doing things. Firstly, when you start to lose, your comms start to die a little bit, and you got to really focus on that. And we're seeing a classic. I think PJP is better offensively. I think their DPS just have a little bit better advantage there. But we're seeing the DAWGS be better defensively. We've seen it on Gibraltar. We've seen it on Kings Row. When they get in, they're just, I'll make a pun here. They're just raw dogging that point. They're just gonna be, they're going pit bull, and they're just gonna roar onto that point. And they're playing a lot closer. Whereas Prune Juice really, they want to play that fast, dynamic style, and it all gets down to you have to have a little bit better comms. And I think PGP right now is kind of on the downside, so I think the comms have tightened up a little bit. So anyway, back to production.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
take.
thank you very much, Cajun, for them very, very wonderful words. Yeah,
So
to be honest,
moving-
he said it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything our amazing producer Cajun has said. But with that being said, we're now moving into basically everything's free. They can play hybrid, they can play push. As we now move into this 6th map, we dreamed about this beforehand, and now we're
Here it is
actually able to
now.
come true.
Yeah. So Voss, if you was Prune Juice Predators, where would you take DAWGS?
I think we go back to a push map and we just play a goddamn broad comp. Like,
You think a push map though, because they lost pretty hard on the push map.
well, Prune Juice Predators.
Oh, Prune Juice
kind of
Predators.
just
Oh,
walked,
no, never mind. I got that mixed
walked
up.
on
Yeah, you're right.
Esperanza.
Yeah, you're right.
Um,
You're right.
Or maybe we take it to Nepal. Nepal, very good map. Everyone's played it. Everyone knows it. So that would probably be a good map, Nepal. I think we either go Runasapi or Nepal.
Yeah, I was thinking for a second we were talking about DAWGS picking map, but yeah, you're right. I think
No.
Prune Juice Predators would do well on a push map because they were quite dominant.
Very.
Should have reset because all modes are playable now.
Yeah. Any map that has not been played is now playable for these teams. Which means so far we've been to Legion Tower, Watchpoint Gibraltar, Saravasa, Kings Row, and Esperanza. Which means Nepal Oasis is left for Control, Junkertown Route 66 is left for Escort, Atlas and New Junk City is left for Flashpoint. For Hybrid, Hollywood and Midtown. Then for Push, Coliseo and Runasapi.
And believe it or not, they've just picked the push map, Coliseo.
Oh, I'm not 100% on this. I feel like it's a bit more straight than what Runasapi is. Because the thing that worked out in Esperanza is they're able to play these like really fast sight lines. And they weren't really able to do much against it, in my opinion. Like on these like straight sightline maps, they're not doing much. Like Watchpoint, they just sort of they just fell off. Saravasa is a bit of an in-betweener, but Kings Row is where they have like the least fortunate.
And have we already had the Lucio ban?
I don't believe so.
No, not from my knowledge.
And so Cajun has the screen for all the hero bans. I don't remember Lucio.
Yeah.
Cajun, can you confirm or deny this? Okay.
Right,
We've
Lucio
heard from
is now
Perception.
banned.
Yep, so Lucio ban. And
Bastion. Oh no.
Bastion.
Yes, I love Bastion too. Bastion
Nerf
is a very good
Bastion.
character. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bastion is going.
Lucio.
And that is the 6th ban for Bastion.
And how many bans is that for Lucio?
23, just beating our mantra by 1.
So, as Prune Juice Predators have taken us to Coliseo, I'm expecting to see possibly the Queen and possibly the Moira. Moira, Kiri.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I say that, I get your point, but I don't think they want to run the what's it called again? I don't believe they're going to run that JQ here. I think they're going to probably go with a traditional dive pump. So like Winston, that worked out really well. Maybe Diva. I would like a Diva here, honestly. Due to the sightlines, you can sort of just play like a pokey Diva. But Ramatra, Domina are also really good choices.
Yep. So no swaps for DAWGS.
No swaps for Fringes Predators because they're only running 5.
Yep. They're a five player team.
And away we go to Italy, Coliseo.
How many dog players are on Smurf accounts? From our knowledge, none of them are on Smurf accounts. That was a comment that I saw.
Oh, yeah. So LFGS has already looked into DAWGS several times.
Yeah, they've been investigated. They've been found legal. They're completely fine.
Yep. It just proves, to be honest, like if you think that certain teams in this tournament are smurfing, it's only because they're playing so well. And when you've got good teammates, good communication, good team synergy, it really does make the difference. Because like when you've got all of that for a team, you can really make matches that seem impossible possible.
Alright, Mango coming out on Winston, Tyler coming out on Soldier 76, Element coming out on Tracer, Cowbird on the Kiri, and Fairman on the Wu Yang, where Simon is rocking this Sigma, Lactose is playing the Emery, Lee Green is playing Soj, double hit scan yet again, Javin on that Wu Yang, well with the Wu Yang Kiri mirror. With that being said, Simon taking some early poke damage, dropping shield pretty early, Tyler in the back line, trying to get something going,
and
nearly gets a kill
Element's down!
Yeah, Element on Tracer, not Tyler. My bad there. Oh, Javin gets low, but is forced to wave there. And then Mango just gets kicked out.
Stop their barricade.
Element went down so fast there.
Yeah, that was a beautiful rock from Simon there. And Simon already pushing this high ground, getting aggressive, trying to do something. Just ultimately, we're just playing a bit of a fight game here, trying to make some kills.
So low, and Mango's gone down. It's kind of surprising how this double hit scan combination seems to be working for DAWGS so well.
Yeah, I mean they're able to really poke out, and oh hold on, Mango's now swapped to that Sigma, hoping he's a better Sigma.
They're targeting me.
Mango seems to be alone at the moment. He's behind the shielding.
Oh, hold on. We have a flux coming out from
and catches no one.
Yeah, catches no one. And PJP quickly turns his fight.
Just me.
I think that was a really good fight here, and that's a good win for PJP.
Very much. So it's almost 60 meters to 0 at the minute, and now Prune Juice Predators are finally getting to push this bot.
Which is, I think it's about time. So with that being said, though, they're just ultimately going to hold out here. Mango immediately is forced to use his hands there and get the Wu Yang bubble, trying to hold onto this push here. Puts Kiri in the corner and gets a kill, but Lycos gets a kill on Tyler. Rush comes out from Cowbird, and then we have the bubble come out from Simon, from Javin on Simon, but Element gets the kill on Bleed Green.
And that was a lovely rock by Mango, who just stopped that ultimate from going through.
Oh, but we have Lycos coming out with... Oh, Tyler gets low. Will Tyler go down here? We just need one more heavy blast from Lactose, but Lactose just barely survives. Yeah, is forced to back up. Prune Juice Predators still trying to find something here, gaining some sort of advantage. And here we go, Flux comes out from Mango. Simon gets a kill on Element, Tyler gets a kill on Simon, Mango gets a kill on Lactose though. Oh, Tyler gets a kill on Javin.
And nobody noticed Bree Green right in their back line.
Yeah, which is really good for PJP here. Ooh. Mango gets a kill on Jinri. And both teams here trying to find some advantage with the car pushing forward here. I think DAWGS here would be just best to force the fight. And here we go. Mango gets hit and misses the flux. rush comes out from Simon, but we have Visor coming out from Tyler. Doesn't get anyone though, and immediately we're already pushing the cart again at 4 dogs. And they're gonna push it onto PJP's side.
And from the looks of it, Lactose is moving right up onto their spawn.
Yeah, and Element is about to have Emery ult, and Weeing Bubble is also about to come out. Well, both teams are about to have Weeing Bubble. Fairman's ahead though, and with that being said too, that Emery ult can change a fight very quickly if they can get a pick or two. And it looks like Javin is pretty low. May go down here in a few seconds, but no, he's able to keep up as PJP is really close to forward. Fairman gets a kill on Javin though, Simon gets a kill on Element. Lee Green pops OC, trying to get something to happen, and gets a kill on Valiant Man. And Lactose gets a kill on Cowbird. It's just Tyler here trying to hold on to this point for as long as possible. But Mango gets a kill on Bleed Green, and he's actually pushing the car away from DAWGS here.
DAWGS are having to retreat all the way, and Mango's just getting it all the way.
Honestly, that's a really good thing from Mango, because now he can just leave. And we have a Element popping Override Protocol, trying to get aggressive, and we have a Kitsune Rush from Jinri. Element gets a kill on Lactose.
Another
Mango
big
gets a
rock
melee
from
kill on Simon. And we have a mirrored rush coming out from Talbot. I don't know if that's needed, but hey, if that's what they want, that's what they want. And then it's just Javin left trying to escape and goes down, which means PJP here is probably going to get forward spawn and the lead with 3 minutes left on the clock. We may be able to take this to map 7, people. This may be a 7-map banger.
And oh, they're so close to taking it.
Oh, Tyler gets a kill on Simon. Fairman gets a kill on Bleed Green. And they're so close. And they're going to have forward spawn. That is forward spawn.
Oh my gosh. Both of these teams are giving us a show. Like, wow.
This is absolutely beautiful.
I am so impressed. And Lactose is popping protocol.
Yeah, trying to get a kill here, trying to get some damage. Tyler gets a kill on Lactose though. And then Bleed Green is able to have that bubble and gets the kill on Tyler with it. And then we have Flux coming out on Mango. Mango gets... Come on, we hit the rock here, right? No, but Mango does go down next. And it's just Valiant Man forced to look down the whole enemy team as the rest of the team is backing up and DAWGS is pushing, but PJP is going to have the forward spawn.
And I see Bleed Green just being sneaky on the Tracer here. And
yeah, trying to get the kill on Element. If Element goes down, that's a massive kill. Yeah, but Element goes down, oh, yeah, they're up too. So even if Bleed Green, let's say, dies right this second, they're still up, and they're about to have forward spawn. And there we go. DAWGS now has forward spawn and is able to push onto that lead. There's only 30 or so meters. That is still that is not that much in this game mode.
No, it really isn't.
Ooh, now pushing. Oh, Flux comes out and hits no one from Mango.
Yeah, he got stopped by the rock.
Well, Tyler drops drops Visor, and they're able to really capitalize off that, getting 4 kills here, and it's just trying to hold on for a bit of time as Simon goes down low, and they stagger him out, which is a really big stagger for PJP here.
Huge stagger.
A minute left on the clock. Will PJP be able to bring this back, or will DAWGS show that this is their map and push is not bad for them? Bleed Green swapping over to that Cassidy though from
Flux is coming in. Oh, Cowbirds literally just saved themselves with that Suzu. Oh, beautiful rock by Mango.
Yeah, this is a basically final fight for these teams. Bleed Green gets a kill on Tyler. Suzu comes out hitting Simon and Bleed Green. Oh, Bleed Green gets a kill on Element. Then Simon nukes himself. Bleed Green gets a kill on Failure Man. Mango gets a kill on Bleed Green, and it's just Mango and Cowbird here trying to hold on while Tyler's coming back. They need to do something here. Try and get a kill, pick off this Kiri, break that shield. Whatever needs to happen, they need to do it now. 13 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds remaining.
And looking at this, they're almost even on ults.
Yeah, they're well, they're gonna have to ult dump here. And
we're in overtime.
Yeah, we are now in overtime. We see Simon swapping off Sigma onto the Diva. Flux comes out. Lactose goes down first, and it's just Bleed Green trying to come in and do something here. Both rushes come out. Then Mirrored Element gets a kill on Javin though. Mango gets a kill on Jinri. Simon gets a kill on Cowbird. Bleed Green goes down, and that is free for Boom Drew's Predators.
Oh my god.
This is so close. Dude, Cowbird is incredible. The restraint on holding their Kitsune rush, waiting for the other enemy team to push theirs, like, wow. Very, very well played.
Yeah. Massive positivity to Cowbird there. But like you said, Mighty, holding that rush for as long as they did to that final point, right, waited until DAWGS had popped theirs and then popped theirs straight after. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Is this another bio break? Because it's technically, this is map 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna see if the teams need a quick bio. If we do, we'll be going to a 5-minute. Yep, so we're gonna have another 5-minute bio, guys. So if you've already finished your drinks, finished your popcorn, finished your snacks, need the bathroom, this is your time to get going. So we'll catch you in 5 minutes. Set your clocks, get back here in 5 minutes, and we're on to our on map 7. See you guys in a bit.
When you see the red, it will be from 4 to 7 seconds before the green, and the start of the 76th lap. European Grand Prix. Cross gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher, and Vendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Vendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill 2nd, Vendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th position ahead of Schumacher, and challenging Vendlinger as they go round the right-hander into the old hairpin. Senna is up to 3rd.
And after being crowded at the start, a quite brilliant couple of corners by Ayrton Senna. Tremendous stuff. He muscled his way back into the contention at Redgate. He's going inside Damon Hill. And Senna into 2nd place already. And he's giving it absolutely everything in the wet part of the race.
So now, as before, the two great rivals, and that's Andretti. He's done it again on the very first lap. Andretti is out as he was in Brazil, as he almost was in South Africa. 3 Grand Prix, and he has only done 3 full laps. And so out is Wendlinger. So 2 retirements already. Michael Andretti and Carl Wendlinger, and Senna goes through into the lead. He's passed Alain Prost, so the McLaren leads. Prost second, Hill is third. A tremendous gap between the third and fourth cars.
Yes, that must be caused by the Andretti and Wendlinger incident. We would assume that they may have had a coming together. We'll try and find out. Senna going away, but I expect that David Hill will be looking for a way past his team leader Alain Prost, who doesn't like the wet and won't be in a hurry.
When you see the red, it will be from 4 to 7 seconds before the green, and the start of the 76th lap. European Grand Prix. Prost gets away well, so does Hill, so does Schumacher, and Wendlinger is coming up well. Senna is crowded out and is down to 5th position, and Wendlinger is up into 3rd place ahead of Schumacher. Brilliant start by the Austrian driver in the black Sauber. Prost leads, Hill second, Wendlinger is 3rd, and Ayrton Senna is up to 4th position ahead of Schumacher, and challenging Wendlinger as they go round the right-hander into the old hairpin. Senna is up to 3rd.
And after being crowded at the start, a quite brilliant couple of corners by Ayrton Senna. Tremendous stuff. He muscled his way back into the contention at Redgate. He's going inside David Hill.
And are we back? Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you grabbed your snacks, grabbed your drinks, gone to the bathroom, because we're on to a 7th map banger for this grand finals. Shamefully, Voss has had to leave us to go and do a scrim, so I get the pleasure of getting to call this match with the wonderful, incredible, absolutely
Oh, that's so kind.
amazing, mighty Al, who's gonna be co-coasting with me. So, welcome to the stage.
Well, thank you, Matt King. That was a very, very, very sweet introduction, making me blush. Oh my goodness, a little speechless. But yes, it is an honor to be here. I don't know if I can. Voss is a very stellar play-by-play caster, so I will do the best I can. And then it looks like DAWGS are already ready to pick, and they're gonna go with Atlas, which we have not seen. Atlas is a very rare map pick, so I know there's like hero band picks that are pretty popular, and like yeah. So when it comes to map picks, Atlas is not one of those. So. It'll be fun. I don't know the map very well, because typically it's like Serva. Oh no, is it? Yeah, it's typically Saravasa, but it's already been selected. I think nobody likes New Junk City. Rip.
I don't know why. New Junk City is one of my favourite maps. You get to play all like a really close brawl comps, and you can really do well on it. So yes, we're off to Atlas. And we're just getting to find out who Prune Juice Predators are going to be banning. Like I said, this has been an absolute turn of events. Prune Juice Predators leading this grand final with a 2-win. Then DAWGS come fighting back with a 3-win. And then Prune Juice Predators on our last map that we just saw on Colosseum, bringing it back to an absolute nail biter.
Oh yeah. Very, very, very nail biter. I mean, I can feel my heart palpitating like crazy. Yeah, and so we get a May ban, which I think I respect from Prune Juice Predators, because May did so many good walls on Saravasa and like saved Simon several times with wall. Like I think that's a very, very respectable ban. So I'm excited to see what DAWGS will ban. What are your predictions, Matt?
I don't know why, but I reckon they might ban like maybe the Soj. Because Mm. 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 And
Hmm. They banned Stigma, which I think is such an odd pick for like this type of map, because I think Sig does well. I've seen Sig do well on like the other the new junk map.
mm.
I don't know. I feel like they could have banned a better hero, but
Yep.
Prune.
Mm. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And a shout out to Bacon. We love you guys too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say thank you so much to all the viewers tonight. Like, what a showing.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
We almost hit the 50 mark. So for this grand final match, let's see if we can try and get 50 people in this chat. Send out that link. Get all your friends in just to show the support, because this is going to be an absolute banger of a match.
Yes, this is the final map. We are on map 7. There is no other map, and this is the grand finals. The first place team gets each player gets 6,000 Overwatch coins, and second place will get 4,000 Overwatch coins. So they are fighting for a pretty chunky prize pool, and the winner of the first place, the coach, will also get 1,000 Overwatch coins, which is enough to buy a battle pass. So the Prune Juice Predators, I'm pretty sure the coach wants their coins.
Yep.
But,
so quick question, what do all of us casters and production get? A smile and a happy face.
Yes, my undivided like gratitude. Just immense thank you for volunteering for your time and making this casting
somebody
possible.
said that Cajun was still muted.
Yeah, I fixed that now. I saw that. My apologies.
All right, so we get a nice TP going in from Element on Prune Juice Predators, helping the team move a little bit faster since they are not running the Lucio, whereas DAWGS has the Lucio, so they're going to have a bit of a better speed advantage, because we don't... Yeah, there's no Juno either for...
And they're really rotating this map.
Yeah, I like the aggression.
Well, I mean, yeah, very good aggression, and you know, DAWGS can do that because they have a Lucio. I think Lucio is so incredibly strong here. And we already have a first pick, well, from both sides.
Man's gone down.
Oh no.
And
Magoo,
Joven's gone down to Mango. Mango goes down to Simon.
Yeah. Bastion go Burr. I mean, I feel like Bastion's such a sleeper pick. PSI loves Bastion, and it can just absolutely melt. And honestly, I feel like Winston's going to be tough into a Bastion, because Bastion melts that bubble, and then Winston's just kind of gone. And already half health, Magoo has to leave. Has to stabilize here.
Yeah, what you need to do is try and force that turret form out as quickly as you can, and then and like hide up, and then as soon as like this, and then everybody needs to all dive on him all at once.
Right, yeah. And it's gonna be so tricky. Yeah, Magoo like 1 health and gone. Yeah, no, Element does get a nice pick on Blade Green. Yeah, but it's just not gonna be enough.
And Simon takes down Cowbird.
But it's, yeah, I was gonna say Element got a pick, but it's just not gonna be enough. So we see Magoo swap over to the Doomfist, which I think is a better pick, especially because, I mean, DAWGS is running a Sim Bastion, and Winston just doesn't do well in that, because Sim can charge and eat off the shields, and Bastion can burn the shield.
I like that Prune Juice Predators, they made the adjustment quick. You know, they had 1 point, they got in, now they made the adjustment. And now he went back over to Zarya, doing a little bit of a mirror match right now.
Yeah,
but
we are.
He made the adjustment, and it's a good adjustment.
Yeah, I think Zarya will be a much better pick. Now Bastion can still burn. I mean, if dogs are tracking bubbles, Bastion can burn the second bubble and just absolutely delete us out.
And Bleed Green is so low.
Yeah. Oh, we get the grab out.
Grab is out.
2 picks and great ult from Failure and yeah.
Element takes down Bleed Green. And
it's
Failman takes down Simon.
Yeah, good cleanup fight right there from Prune Juice Predators. It is still not. I mean, like we're just starting this flashpoint, so good percentage on the board, and it looks like we have a few solid ults with Lactose and Jinri from DAWGS, and all we have from Element is the Pulse. Now Tyler is close to Visor, so we have. I think the ult advantage is still for DAWGS. Pulse is out. Gets 2 though. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
And Calbert takes down Jin.
Yeah.
And, oh my
very
gosh.
clean.
Predators cleaned up with this team kill.
Very nice. Keegs, I hope you're taking notes. That's how you do a pulse right there. Very nice of an Element. We tease and poke at Keegs a little bit.
Yep. Well, maybe these guys could teach me how to throw a pulse bomb.
Maybe.
I can never get my sticks.
Yeah. Suzu's already invested, and Magoo is just absolutely deleted from that. And it looks like a very clean fight for DAWGS there. No ults needed either. Just speed on with Lucio.
Yeah.
And we.
94% for Prune Juice Predators.
If you a good percentage.
We got to this in lovely debate.
Yeah. Now looks like. Oh yeah, I guess was Bleak Green's Reaper now? I don't remember what they were before. Oh, they were Sim Metro. So we do see a swap here. Lactose is in turret form. We have a bubble already invested by Simon. So we have a Reaper going on high ground. Bastion's investing their ult. Lactose not really getting much, but making a little bit of space. Magoo throws out a. Yeah, we have some ults coming out. Good grab, but the B is matched. Good job on Lucio from DAWGS. And Magoo gets a pick, which is great, but will it be enough to secure this fight? It's already 86% in favor of DAWGS. It's pretty close. We do have some presence on board, and Failure gives the ult to Magoo, chasing down that Bastion, which is really critical. Now it's 99%, and a full charge Magoo, and we've got a grab going in. Element is gone. Suzu's just a little bit too late to save Element, and wow, what a nail biter here. Reaper racing in and cleaning up this fight to secure that point, and it is 0-2. Now it is still winnable. I mean, like, we have seen reverse sweeps here coming from these types of maps, so just because it's a 0-2 in favor of DAWGS doesn't mean that Prune Juice player can't get things on the board. I mean, good job, Bleed Green. I feel like the ult was a little bit predictable. The classic, you like wraith in and press Q, but okay. We have a little BRB from my co-caster. They crashed a little bit, so maybe Cajun will pitch in here and there while I ramble. But we have a Kitsune already invested. A nice early investment coming in from Calford, but I don't think it'll be enough. Suzu, great Suzu, trying to save the Bastion, but yeah, we have a Kitsune from Jinri in response. A little bit more delayed, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah.
With Prune Juice here, should be able to cap this, and more importantly, they're hanging on to their ults here, so that's the thing that they haven't been getting a lot of production out of. They have been comboing, but they haven't been getting the production here, so the supports on the DAWGS side, especially having Zero on Lucio, and again, he's rolling up on that sound barrier again. That sound barrier is gonna negate the grab, so they gotta either bait it out or they just gotta try and position it better so that the sound barrier is limited. So that's the key here. Now we're watching for the big grab.
Right. Yeah.
And Prune Juice is all in. They can't.
Oh yeah, they are. No. I guess technically both teams can't afford to lose. It's very good bubble coming in from Simon, helping Lactose to live on that pulse. Now here's the grab. Beat is invested, doesn't get Ajax, which is really great. But I don't think they're gonna live though. I don't think that'll be enough.
That was the
Beat gets
best
burned.
they could hope for. That's actually
Yeah.
this should be Prune Juice's point.
Very much so. Yeah, sorry
and we
about
have
that,
my
Discord just
co-caster
crashed.
back. Yes, no, you're good. We're doing a little nice little couch casting. I love it. Good back and forth. And then as KJ mentioned earlier, we see Failure Man on that Moira, which is a bit unconventional because dogs are running the quote meta support line, which is the Lucio Curie. It's not. I wouldn't say it's like hard meta, but it is one of the top support line picks. Yeah, so we'll see what Failure Man can do with that Coalescence. Oh no! Bleed Green absolutely deletes Failure Man. That is so unfortunate.
And that's a whole team kill.
That is a whole team kill right there. And no ults invested at all from DAWGS, which is absolutely massive.
They did put the grab in.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, they did put the grab. Okay, never mind. Then
Yep.
I've missed the grab. Because I saw, I guess, yeah, okay. Well, Simon, your grab was good, but I missed it, lol.
Taylor's taking out Bleed Green, who gets him low.
I guess I was too distracted with Bleed Green. Yeah, Bleed Green gets nothing, even though they get bubbled for it. I guess they force out some cooldowns, which is really important, but looks like the tides are turning in favor of, yeah, Prune Juice Predators. Tyler showing who the better Reaper is. Very nicely done on that cleanup.
And
Oh,
Simon
that
goes
was
down,
critical.
Lactose goes down.
Element getting those picks late gives them an easy extra 20% on the point. So,
yeah.
And again, Prune Juice has to go all in on every point. They can't bank any ults to roll into the next one. So they're trying to build grab as quick as they can.
Yeah.
And they should be good because Lucio is behind in the ult economy and Magoo is up at 75%.
And first says clipped it.
Yep, and looking at this, Taylor just went to go for the Blossom, gets one and dies, but the rest of Prune Juice Predators just comes in and wipes DAWGS out.
And I like
And
Prune
they're at
PGP's
80%.
aggression. They're hitting them before DAWGS gets the point.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. And there's some good ults for both teams. We have a rush invested, both matched from DAWGS and Prune Juice Predators, but it looks like the value comes from Cowbird overall. And it is a clean sweep for this map. And we are going... Yeah, it's 2-2. Like, we could not ask... LFGS could not ask for a better grand finals. Like, I mean, Prune Juice Predators said they wanted to face the best team, and they are facing the best team. They are sweating it. It is a nail biter here.
I will say, if I am correct in saying, DAWGS came into this as basically as an
Underdog
team, as the underdog.
Yeah.
And we've never had DAWGS in looking for gold scrims before, and they've come in and they've made it to this final, and they're
showing their teeth. Yeah, very, very well done. Yeah.
This is right now. This is a big advantage for DAWGS because they have grab coming online and they can combo with lactose if they do it right. So that's their winner chicken dinner move that they got to execute.
Yeah. Now we have beat early, but I guess maybe they know that Magoo doesn't have grab, so they can just beat and then they'll get another beat soon. Yeah. But look at all these picks that Matt King's calling out here. It is just an easy cleanup fight right now for DAWGS, and they are making this look. I'm telling you, I think
they
this
still have the grab in bank.
Strong.
So this is going to be hard because they have to rely on Failure Man with the Moria to get a pick, or Taylor or Element are just going to have to get a pick to make up this grab. And this grab is coming out this fight.
And Failure Man's been holding this curl for literally two fights.
Yeah, first bubble's invested. I see the Reaper ult, and here we go. The combo grab with the Lucio speed here, incredible. And Simon is just eating that up right there.
97,
oh no, and I don't think. No.
We got a DAWGS win.
Oh, we have a dogs win. Woof woof in the chat, team. Oh, oh my goodness. I'm
Wow.
so proud, and I'm also like,
Play of the game.
Prune Juice Players, please keep your head up, held high. You incredible fight.
Believe it or
Tough,
not,
very
both
tough
of these
matchup.
teams,
Mhm.
to be honest, both of these teams should be so freaking proud of
Yes.
themselves. They've come into this tournament, they have faced team after team after team, and they have been an absolute blessing to have here. And even though Prune Juice Predators have led this tournament pretty much the whole way, Dogs being quite literally the underdogs here, and they come in and as an unknown source, and they've given us a 7-map banger that could have gone either way. Absolutely top marks to them.
Yeah, very top mark. I mean, honestly, I think like when we say underdogs, it's so funny, but yeah, I believe dogs were very much an underdog, and I think they were also like just a sleeper team. And it was mentioned before, dogs had some unfortunate. Well, they didn't have all the opportunity to play all the maps because there were a couple of forfeits that had to happen. That was mentioned earlier.
A few little hiccups.
Yeah, and then they also had to lose a map early in the first season, or like in the regular season. So I think there was just not a lot of eyes on dogs, and so that's why this might feel a bit like more of an upset. But like, oh man, I think incredible. And I think Prune Juice Predators did really good. I feel like maybe Prune Juice didn't have a Lucio player, because honestly, that Lucio for dogs is in my opinion the reason why the dogs looked so good.
So just before we bring the interviewers in,
yes,
who we got?
You know what? I'm putting Cajun in. Come in, Cajun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if anything, we've seen that I think this season has been the season where we've had the most parity. We've seen so many matches go the distance, or certainly more than, you know, regular season's first to 3 wins. We saw many of these matches go 4 or 5 maps, and here in the finals, this kind of echoed what we saw throughout the playoffs, was that there's a lot of parity right here in our league, and we, you know, encourage that if you're in the gold, plat, diamond area, next time we have a tournament, you know, please sign up, because this is what we put on display.
Yes, very much so. So,
do we have an MVP?
Yeah, so let's go with
your
Prune Juice Predators. Oh yeah. Also, when it comes to, I don't know, I'm sure the team's gonna be looking, but we will pull in the team. So Dogs wants, if you're okay with the production, Cajun, we're gonna pull all of Dogs in.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
We can do a little bit of bantering here. I will make sure everybody's very respectful. Can't get a little too cocky. So we'll make sure we set that down.
But we'll keep them. We'll keep them under control. If not, I'll get the leash out.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes. I love all these dog puns. So let's start off with the Prune Juice Predators. I think there were so many good players. But I'm a little bit biased because I'm more of a support player. It's where that's not really true. That's where I've been putting more of my hours recently, and DPS. But I feel like Cowbird did so much for the Prune Juice Predators. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I couldn't agree more with you. Cowbird has literally been an absolute. I'm going to say it. They've been an absolute rock for Prune Juice Predators. Their support line has been absolutely a blessing to watch, and that's coming from me as a DPS main. And I will say, even though I don't get to mention the supports very much, I wish I had more chance to mention more about them, because Cowbird and is it Failure Man?
Yeah, both
Yeah.
supports. And,
Both supports. were
Cowbird was going to be my
absolutely on
overall MVP, regardless of
Okay.
winning team or
Okay.
not, because I go
Yeah.
back to big players make big plays in big games. And for
Mhm.
PJP, they absolutely had to get Colacio, or they were out. And going back and looking at the stat screen here a little bit, Cowbird on Kiriko had over 21 assists. That was
Yeah, that
lobby
is
leading.
incredible.
And so many times the Dogs would make a play just to have that Suzu jump in there and negate a lot of that effect. To the point where I believe Saban on Sig deliberately solo ulted Cowbird one time.
Yes, yeah.
but
The Moira was like, I don't care about anybody. I'm going after.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind. You're talking about.
So
Cowbird. Yeah,
even
okay,
the
yeah.
Dogs knew that, Cowbird's
Yeah.
making a big impact. Hey, if you're drawing out ults that are solely geared for you, you're doing some work there. So for 21 assists on the Colacio map, and maybe Atlas didn't quite come up, but look, it went 2-3, and I don't think any individual player here. I think both teams, Dogs just had a little bit better ult economy going into that final point. And I
Yes,
mentioned
they
that
did.
PJP could not bank ults because they had to be all in, and they had no margin for errors going into that. So when they committed everything on that last point on Atlas, I mentioned that, hey, this is going to be a tough role for them because the Dogs just had so many tools to kind of draw it out. And as we mentioned before, what did the Dogs do dominant throughout the night? They ran defense. They ran defense very well. And once they got into that point early with ults in pocket, that was going to be a really tough road there. So overall, though, I like Cowbird. But if I'm picking out of the Dogs team, ooh boy, I tell you, there's.
Well, I was gonna say, before we move over to Dogs, I do want to give some nods to Magoo did very good. I mean, we saw their Winston. They went 40-0 on that push map, that first map. My goodness, incredible. I think Element had some really, really good plays on their Sojourn and their Cassidy. And then Tyla with the Reaper, very, very well done. So just nods to those players too.
And to say that it is this difficult to pick out an MVP, this is what it means when you go 7 maps and it's a blow for blow trade, and you have momentum. PGP went up 2-0, and we're like, hey, well, this is not the Dogs team we saw earlier. What's going on? We took a break. They came back. They reorganized, and all of a sudden, on Kings Row, they locked it down. PGP couldn't even cap first point. Watchpoint Gibraltar, they locked it down. Couldn't even get first point. And then that's where it swung back into the direction of PGP. So that every single player, there are 10 players here, and every single one of them has a case for MVP. But we're Highlander here. There can only be one. There can only be one
for that team. Yep. So good job, everybody. But Cowbird, I definitely think, so we can, I'll let you move on to Dogs. I feel like Dogs, oh man, I liked Simon.
I like Simon too.
A lot. They're tank.
Believe it or not,
okay.
I'm gonna say it. Simon, I was gonna say it was either gonna be their support. Can't remember their name.
Yeah,
Jin-
the
We got
Lucio,
PK Bacon
James-
and Jinri were the supports.
Yeah, so PK Bacon ended up being more of the cheerleader for the last 3 maps. So PK Bacon, you did good at cheerleading.
Yep.
But I think for the support line, that Lucio play was phenomenal for that last map. But I don't know if was it only that Lucio for that map, or were there other really, really highlight moments? And I don't know. I feel like the highlight moments I think Simon did so well throughout the entire. I mean, I feel like their Winston, like I mentioned earlier on break, even though they didn't in comparison to Magoo, I think their Winston, their gameplay was good. Their team just didn't have the synergy follow through, whereas Magoo's team did. So I think Simon still played it very
I
well.
want to clarify,
on
Javen
the
Zero
roll.
was also
Yeah.
Was the Lucio, right?
yes, was the Lucio.
Yeah. Because there's Jinri who was playing the Ana, and so Jinri was the one that got solo ulted by the Moira on Li
Yeah.
Jing. Yeah. So I mean, kudos to
Yeah.
Jinri. I mean, Jinri made some good purples too, when they were
Very
playing.
good
Yeah,
purples.
and
Very,
Javen
very
Zero,
good.
just to point out a stat, eliminations. I get eliminations aren't kills, but they had 21
but still.
eliminations on Lucio.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we love support players like that. That's why they're called supports. They
They're
are
support.
not
They're not
healers.
healers.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, I loved that Lucio player. I mean, I think so. Part of me is like, well, Simon's gotten like MVP several times, as deserved. But I also feel like, do you think they would have won that without the Lucio? Because I feel like maybe that's partly why Prune Juice Predator didn't end up securing the overall.
Well, they would have
win,
had
was
they
because
would have
they
had to
had
have
no
a different.
speed.
Yeah, they would. Well,
Yeah.
the speed is definitely what they brought to the table, but PJP, as I mentioned earlier, was negating the speed by engaging them early. You know, that's how you beat
Yeah.
it. You just say you dictate where the fight's going to happen, and then once it's happening, well, what are you going to do with speed? You know, I mean, yeah, you can kite around players here or there, but to me, the big thing that Lucio brought was the negation of with the sound barrier. You know, every time the grav dropped, well, so did the beat. So. And Javen Zero, because he was getting those kills, he was just his ult economy was just constantly cranking, and it was on tap. Whenever a big ult came out from PJP, Javen Zero was there to be that bulwark, to be that firewall that said, you know, no more, and they lived through that. And if Javen Zero hadn't been on Lucio, they would have had to have an answer for, you know, that problem. But as it is, yeah, you know, Javen Zero being on Lucio definitely gave them a lot of options, not only, you know, offensively but defensively.
Yeah. Cool. So, wait, what's our toss up?
Ooh, boy, you
I
know,
know. I love supports. I don't know. Part of me is like,
you know,
just because someone's gotten the win or like MVP several times before, that shouldn't negate them from getting.
I'd still going with Simon. You know, going back to the stats screen, I'm looking at 15-3 and 25-3 and 16-6 and 28-7. You know, when your main tank is putting up production like that.
Yeah, that is no easy feat, to be honest, especially when you're going up against teams that are as good as Prune Juice Predators. As like I said, they have basically led this tournament from the get-go. They have been so strong, so powerful, and to come in as basically the underdogs and prove this amount of pressure, sustain, spacing. I couldn't agree more with you, Cajun. Definitely, Simon is
All right,
definitely up there.
I think we made
me.
our choice
Really,
then.
really
Let's give Simon the nod.
Okay, Simon. All right. Okay,
And
so we.
Now
It's
let's
official.
go and bring the dogs in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Woof woof. All right, I'm gonna drag people one at a time, so we're gonna hear a lot of dinging going on.
We're here.
Oh my gosh! Woof woof! Congratulations!
Woof, woof.
Hi.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my
Oh
God.
my
Oh my God. All right. I'm gonna
Okay,
set the
I
ground
do-
lines. We need to continue to stay humble as we do interviews.
Of course.
And questions.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
Only humble under
I do
God.
have one question.
underdogs the entire time. So proud of you guys. My goodness, what a showing. Like the best grand finals. I mean, Prune Juice Predators wanted a really good team to go up against. They said, we don't care who it is. We just want the best of the best. And y'all showed it tonight. Wow.
So my question for all of you is, who let the dogs out?
Woof.
Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
who was
was
the
an-
masterminds? Like, you guys technically don't have a coach listed, so I need to
No,
know.
we're just we don't have the coaching, we don't have the funding for that.
Javen's our coach. He's being humble.
Javen
He's our
is-
coach player.
Yeah. I was gonna say, wait. Does PK Bacon get to be the coach since they weren't put in?
No,
for
God,
the-
no,
actually-
no,
he
no. I'm
actually
PR.
helped us out
I'm
before the
PR.
last map.
I'm on PR.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I had my fun.
he talked
I had
to
my
us.
fun. I'm in
Uh-huh.
PR.
Okay.
PK's the data analyst.
Literally. No, like I actually went through all of the VODs and checking the spreadsheets. Yeah, I've been
Okay.
I've been looking
he
at
definitely
stuff.
was doing his role, doing it well.
All right, to kind of start this off, kind of recapping a little bit. We started out at Esperanza, went Prune Juice Predators way, went to Lijiang Towers, went Prune Juice Predators way, and the casters were discussing that it looked like you guys were a little out of sync, really weren't able to execute as a team, and PJP was able to take advantage of that. Was that an accurate assessment of what your comms were like? Or were they just PGP just making a big plays?
Backline and frontline were out of sync completely, and their backline was better at living because they had Moira. So we, after 2 maps, it was just kind of like, this is not gonna work. Let's try to force the front
We
to
stopped
back.
making plans and we're just like, let's shoot these guys.
Yeah, we just kind of
We
played front to
started
back,
shooting guns.
simple Overwatch, and then we started winning.
Gotcha. So
When
you
we stopped,
did the keep it simple, silly
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
mentality. Okay.
Break
Oh.
it down to just shoot people.
Yeah, so I made a little joke and I was saying that dogs are taking notes from Odyssey Scylla and doing that like reverse sweep kind of gameplay, because yeah, it looked pretty bleak, especially that first map when we pressed tab and we saw Magoo go 40-0. We're like, ooh, this might be easy 4-0 for Prune Juice Predators, but it looks like y'all woke up. Shook off the dust.
Sometimes that even plays your advantage. Those losses where you're
Really?
just
Okay.
completely blown out, those are easier to accept versus if it was just one play. Because of that one play, you kind of stick with it. But if you're just like getting punched in the face repeatedly, you're like, whoa, this guys, we gotta. Nobody is
Look in here.
advocating that we keep doing what we're doing, and that's where I was going back to the comms of DAWGS. We're like, hey, no, we can make this work, or no, this is not working, and so that's where that went into after King's Row, and you guys held them full
That was
off
an
the point.
incredible hole.
That
Well,
had
and
to
I
feel
feel like-
great.
Yeah, well, I feel like we saw a little hint of what you guys had in the tank from like Lijiang, because you guys got it to 99 that first round, so we knew that there was something there, and then it just went full W.
Yeah, it
for
went
the King's
south,
Row.
and then all of a sudden you guys just turned it
Just-
around and
Yeah, put the heat on. It was Well, yeah. What was the strategy for the King's Row? Because I mean, man, because sometimes it can be a little like disheartening to like, oh well, I guess like they didn't cap all the way, but like it's like, oh, that's a lot to push. So yeah, where was the planning to like get that full hold?
We like to control the angles. Like
Yeah,
whenever they're trying to take height, we always denied it. I felt like we did a good job at just making the rotations and the right rotations. But
Okay.
yeah,
And absolutely
Oh,
no
no.
trades.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were planning to
all
have no
good.
trades. That's King's Row. Like from an attacker's point, you play off of trades a lot of the time. You go in fast again because the spawn is so close. So we were trying to play giving no trades, and then to kite when things kind of got chaotic, just kite to the big arch so we all knew where to be. And it just worked
Okay.
out.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say I liked. I was mentioning. I really liked the supports positioning because they weren't giving any angles for that Widow out from Element to get any picks. So yeah, very nicely done on playing the angles. Yeah. And then I want to know about Watch Point, man. Sometimes like being held and not being able to cap that first point. But like that was also a really good map. So I want to hear some like thoughts of who decided to pick the Sigma for the defense and making it possible, because
That
us
was all
casters were a
Simon.
bit We were skeptical on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to hear more.
The Brig was getting. Brig is just so good on Gibraltar, and I just couldn't. I just wasn't able to do it like enough on Diva to justify picking Diva on defense there. So I just was like, I don't know. Sigma has a rock for the Doom. I can shoot them. They're playing pretty close together, and it just worked out. I was just constantly getting value. They're playing very close. The Doom kind of just would punch in front of me and get rocked. He never tried to dodge my rock, so he kind of made it a little easier. But yeah, I don't know. We went double hit scan. We're just like, let's just, again, the game plan was just shoot them. We went double hit scan and Stigma,
a point on the double hit scan, you know, and look, we all know that Emre's the hero du jour, the brand new shiny toy. But yeah, here's Bleed Green coming out with the oldest hero in the book, with Soldier. Was that kind of his call on that, or was that like a team call?
I just like the character.
Based. I mean, okay, I will say Soldier is very nice because sometimes, not saying that supports aren't always like looking at whoever, but like Soldier having their own little heal station, not having to demand to get more heals is really nice, and it alleviates some pressure off the supports who can now focus on the tank or somebody else that needs more attention. So I think Soldier is a very solid pick. One could say slightly unconventional, but yeah, that's a good pick.
I was just looking to drop a rocket, get some damage, run away, drop another rocket. It's just simple. Emery's got too much going on. There's too many buttons.
I feel like you notice that with a lot of the new heroes, there are a lot of buttons, and we never saw any Domina. Is there a reason for that?
I don't play Domina.
We don't like her.
No idea. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know anything about Domina.
We don't like her.
Yeah, it just sucks to play against. So I feel like if I pick it, then I'm just adding to the
EU.
Yeah, to the EU exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I do have a question for you guys, and it'll be good if you all go through one at a time here. But if you had to pick one player from your own team to be an MVP, who would it be? Let's start off with Javen.
I'm gonna go with the what's it called? Unconventional pick. I'm gonna pick PK. That guy was doing.
Brother, I already have 2 MVPs. Brother, I already have 2 MVPs. I don't need it.
Early in the season,
need a third one.
Those series wins.
Yeah.
So PK was definitely a bright spot on the team for me.
Yep. Next on the list, who wants to go next?
You just go down the line. It might be easier.
I would say Lactose. Lactose got like 1 MVP, I think, or more, maybe. I'm W Lactose Glazer.
Yes.
I think he deserved more.
Yeah.
Okay. Lactose,
okay.
over to you.
Got some nice comments.
I'm gonna go Javen because he always kept it positive, kept it locked down on the back line. Whenever we were down, he'd get us a pause or whatever, and he was like always calming, and that's something that I need to work on. So I'd say Javen.
Shout out to my laptop guy.
Yeah, we do love the calm, like level-headed ones. Yeah, the laptop. I thought that was crazy to see. Dedication. Honestly, that itself is like MVP worthy.
I gotta be here for my team.
Yeah.
Power of friendship.
I'm going Lactose as well. Being able to just when he went Bastion and was playing with those bubbles, felt like we were very much in control, and he was getting good value. And Sojourn too. When he was on Sojourn, he was playing good too, especially on King's Row.
Now, flipping that question around a little bit on PJP's.
Hang on,
we still have one more. Oh, my
Missed
apologies.
Yeah, two more.
We got PK and Snoopy.
We got 2 more dogs to let out.
I'd give my MVP to Snoopy purely based off of like the first like 2 games that I played in this tournament. There was like multiple fights where I forgot to look at my health because I knew Snoopy had me no matter what. Like I knew no matter what would happen, I was gonna get either a nade or a fucking Suzu, and I was good. And so just being able to depend on that is just really nice and lets you just do a lot more.
Yeah.
And Snoopy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Javen because, like Lactose said, he has good comms, and he told me after the second round to focus on keeping myself alive first, and then start shooting other people later, which helped a lot because I was a little
Yeah.
frazzled the first 2 games. So
I was gonna
that
say your
helped.
life is very, very important. So that's a good tip. Wow. Oh, you guys are
Okay,
so
Caitlin.
nice to each other. Great job on like. I mean, you could have definitely
Well
said
done.
yourself, but yeah.
No.
Very
Oh wait, okay, can I
those
change
of-
my answer? Can I get 4?
Yeah.
Now, for those of us, those that
Yeah.
aren't in Discord, you might have to translate your Discord name into your game name.
Oh yeah,
we
I think I
don't-
got y'all. Yeah.
I can DM me if you'd like. I can.
Oh no, don't worry. I think I
good?
have
Okay,
everyone.
okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay,
cool.
We're good. But yeah, I'm
Okay, Caitlin,
I'm
over to
slightly
you, quick.
multitasking while other questions are being asked. But yeah, I think Cajun had Cajun.
Yeah, I'm kind of building off Matt here and kind of flipping that around. And this is no one person is a team you can answer this, but who on PJP's side was just a constant thorn in your side?
Magoo.
Magoo, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like it has to be Magoo. I don't know.
The all-star themselves.
Yeah, definitely Magoo.
That guy was too much.
When he took the card on Colosseo away, that literally won the map.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
they were-
highlighting that was a very heads-up play by him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
very
a,
good
like,
nail biter.
Very good play.
Yeah. I want to know because like you guys, I feel like dogs were kind of dictating not only the tempo but also the comp because Prune Juice Predators, they would copy some of the heroes y'all played. Like we saw the Bastion come out from Tyla, and then as you said, Magoo swapped over and played the Winston and also played the Zarya and just tried to mirror you guys. So it's impressive. I want to know.
My Bastion is inspiring. I will say that.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was the thought process for that very last map? I loved seeing that Lucio player, and I feel like Prune Juice Predators not having a Lucio what was their greatest downfall. Was this Lucio comp already set in stone when you saw that map?
I just know on Flashpoint, speed is very crucial. So I have to run it. I did slip up on that last beat, although it looked like it worked out. That was a miscomm, and it just went our way, which was fortunate.
It was a happy little accident.
That's what my parents said. No, okay. Okay. But yeah, so I could ask more and more questions, but I'll try to wrap it up here. So congratulations. I want to know, like, what are y'all's plans? So LFGS is planning, if everything goes well in my own personal life, we're gonna do another tournament this coming August. It'll be like the first or second week of August. Part of that's trying to get some of the university teams to sign up if they want. But would y'all be rejoining, or you guys gonna go separate ways, or what does the future look like for DAWGS?
We're going pro on Deadlock. We're going pro on Deadlock.
We've been playing a lot of Deadlock.
Oh please, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I miss
Deadlock.
Kelvin.
We definitely have to talk. I don't know. I don't know the future yet. What it holds.
Okay.
We'll see. The dogs are walking off in the sunset for now.
Yeah. Held high. Yeah.
Well, I can personally say you guys came into this like basically the unknown team. You guys were literally the underdogs in this tournament.
Very
Nobody
much.
knew nothing about you guys. And you guys are walking out as champions. If we do get to see you next season, it will be an absolute pleasure to see you guys. It wouldn't just be a pleasure, it would be an absolute honor seeing you guys. You guys are literally an incredible team coming in, beating some of the best teams that we've got to provide, and you've done so well. And personally, I want to say this, hand on heart, I can't be more proud of you guys. You've all done so well.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. That's
Yeah.
so
And
heartwarming to hear.
yeah, I will add, like, I feel like when Matt King says, like, you guys were underdogs, like, genuinely, either the teams didn't know about you or they had, like, misconceptions about dogs. So I think it's a great showing, to, like, basically prove everybody wrong. Like, yeah, so it's so awesome. But is there any final words that you would like to give? Any shout outs?
And we all got the same thing. It's like woof woof, right?
Woof
Woof, woof, yeah.
And it's
Shout out
even more
Hazard.
funny. And it's even more funny because if we actually have a look behind Mighty, there is a doggle just behind her.
Yeah, there is my. I got to. I don't know.
Team to cheer us on.
Yeah, let's see. Oryx, are you willing to show yourself? There
It
he
was
is.
all for them. It was all for them. It was all for them.
Yeah.
Cute puppy.
We did it for all the dogs
He's a
out there.
good boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone who's got that dog in them, it's for you.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Enjoy the sweet victory. Prize pools will be handed out. If, again, reminders, if you haven't added me, please do. There is a 72-hour wait period, so you have to be patient for your earnings. But great job. Oh, here's another dog. This one's Oreo. Yeah.
Shout out Oreo.
Yeah. But we'll let you guys enjoy the evening, celebrate, have a great yeah.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you
night.
for producing, doing all that stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome.
And the opportunity. You guys have been amazing.
You're very, very welcome. I mean, it goes both ways. So, yeah, without the teams, we wouldn't be here. So, thank you as well. And yep, have a great night. We will wrap up everything
guys
else.
too.
And GG.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
GG's.
Bye-bye.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
Woof.
Well, I think we can wrap it up here. For myself, Cajun Wise Guy, Mighty Owl, Matt King, and all the other casters, Vosik, and Element, and Failure Man, and for
Batman, and
Batman,
Mr. Matt Mike. Like, we have so many good volunteers here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And
To
to
be
all
honest,
the viewers too. Like, wow, thank you everyone
Yep.
for showing up.
Yeah, I want to personally say a massive thank you to absolutely everybody, even the people that weren't cast into productions such as Cajun, to the teams, to you guys out there, to absolutely everyone, including I want to call him VIP, and it's not VIP.
Oh, MVP?
No, VIP.
No.
I keep thinking VIP, and it's not. Your husband, boyfriend.
Oh, PSI, yeah.
PSI, that's
Mr.
it.
Max Boost himself.
And a massive shout out
Yeah,
to
Mr.
PSI.
Yeah, massive shout out.
Literally being there to moderate, to keep everyone under control. You guys have done absolutely amazing. I know I came into this a little bit late, but I feel like I'm a part of the family. You guys out there, you make this family, and I can't thank you guys enough for giving me the opportunity, from being someone who's never casted to being here casting this fight. Absolute grand final has been an absolute dream. It's an absolute pleasure. I love you guys literally from the bottom of my heart. You're all freaking amazing. And I think on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodnight. GG's. And we'll probably see you all next time. But for now, see you next time. Good night. God bless. See you then. Bye all.
All right, we are out.
Man, I need those things.